guess chicks are allowed to be, though, aren't they?
What are you drinking?
No such thing.
Sherry.
They all have a college
Sherry
face.
gingers.
Always
Ginger,
one
ginger.
semester of college, they go the other way.
Make them medium. Salsa.
Medium husky.
Husky. So
I think that's still my favorite shirt.
this one,
I love that material.
I do too. You know, the funny thing is about this shirt, it all depends on what color you go with, because of the different like heather blends and everything like that. They vary. I don't know. This is that golden.
The blue and the gray ones.
I
are
think
great.
do I have any more down there or no? I don't think I do.
Those blue ones are great too.
Yeah, that's Is this what we did the black shirts in?
Yeah, the blue ones are good too.
Is that what the black shirt is?
That's
the one. That's
well,
it.
Black
no.
one's a little
No,
bit
the black
different.
one's a 60-40. This is a tri-blend.
Well,
So
yeah, see, this isn't as good as that. Whatever
That's
this
a
is.
60-40.
Yeah.
That's the
This
tri-blend.
is fucking phenomenal. whatever
Yeah,
that
the
is.
tri-blends are great. You're limited on your colors, so it doesn't have a true black. It only has the charcoal black, the ash black.
That's a great shirt.
Like this one
So-
here. That
Right. That's exactly it. That's right. So whatever you guys see down there, take if it's your size, whatever. I got some other stuff in the back too, so don't matter.
Threaten me with a good time.
Seriously.
I don't think you or I are gonna fit in either one of those.
the minute size.
I was doing the next month those Native Sun shirts, the ones that
Oh, yeah?
the ash ones that you wanted.
I love
before,
those
so
fucking
we're gonna
things.
do those. So all right.
I want a Native Sun shirt and a surreal shirt.
Yeah, we just. What's that?
This man
You
makes
want
the
a
best
surreal
ones.
shirt?
I'm getting.
Do we have any here? I don't know.
think
I don't
Liz
think so.
said
I might
just
have
got a
one in the
leftover
back.
purple tank
Got any
top,
stickers
too.
hanging around?
The what?
Stickers? Are they hanging around?
No, they're not in yet. I freaking never ordered them. I looked at the record and I was like, I went to Lorelai. I'm like, did you order those?
what did
And she
you
goes, no.
get?
I'm like, I didn't order them.
You want to buy shit?
No one fucking ordered them.
You try to come in?
Want to buy shit?
Those
Or
don't
one
look like
class.
buyers.
Credit card in hand.
Ooh.
I can't hear you on that mic at all. Is it working?
I can
What
hear
are we
it crunching.
crunching? Is that
Testes.
ice?
Testes.
There you go.
1, 2, 3.
That's what I was looking for. We got that right, Nick? Hi.
Yeah, we're rolling,
Right.
baby.
Got it.
Carlene is back behind the bar. Hey, honey, how you doing?
Things are right.
Hey.
What do gay horses eat?
We're good.
Hey. Anyway, we're rolling. How you guys doing?
Fucking wonderful, dude.
Yeah?
Wonderful. I'm just back from the Bahamas, so
You guys
I'm happy.
look good. You're both
Yep.
back from the Bahamas, right?
Skip's been a world traveler here
I've been
lately.
all over the place this year. Or
Jesus.
this summer, anyway.
All right. Carlene's been in North Carolina, right? I'm like the only one that hasn't gone anywhere this summer. Went to Orlando. How about that?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I cast her.
iCast.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Actually, no. We had
Actually,
a great
I
time.
like iCast.
iCast is
I have a
fun.
blast
It's
at iCast because Derek and I paint.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We did that.
Yep.
You know,
I
so
saw
we
some
did
of
that
yeah.
triptych in
Yeah.
like 3 days.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, iCast is a good time. It's just so damn many people and it's Orlando, and I don't like Orlando.
You know why I like the way we do it? Because we sit in one place and we do what we do, and then everyone
Yep.
comes and says hi to us and everything. Rather than I
Yep.
just don't like the whole I got to go around and say hi to everybody thing.
Issue is everybody's walking around with their hands out.
Right.
And that's just so not my way. I don't like that.
Yep.
And then, of course, everybody's expecting, as you walk up and say, hey, they expect you to have your hands out. And
Yeah. Right.
I got lucky and got called off to do other things this year.
There's definitely with iCast, there's definitely some weirdness, right?
Right.
With that kind of shit, right? And I try not to go with that. I just want to go say hi to everyone, see my
Exactly.
friends and whatever, and that's all it is to me.
That's what I like.
I don't try to do business there. I don't try to like whatever. Yeah, well, it might come up, but then we'd be like, hey, let's just talk about it next week. I'll say or whatever, you know. But I try not to make it like that kind of thing because I want to enjoy myself there and just have a good time. So
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
like walking around, looking at the new products and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah,
But
That's
it's
cool.
different. Like I went like 5 years ago. I did maybe
Okay.
5, 6 years ago. Anyway, whatever. When I first moved back to Orlando, I think. And there's so many guys, internet guys now. Have a
It's
fishing-
insane with
have
that,
a fishing
dude.
show, and they're walking around, and this and that, and they're like, "Oh, I have a fishing show and this and that," and I was like, I just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's so many, especially the younger guys coming
Yeah.
up. There's so many guys that are basically probably not even great fishermen, but they're really good at social media and they're
Making a living, dude.
Yeah, making
I'm
a living
proud
doing
of
all
them.
that.
They're making
so,
a living.
No,
sure.
so you know, and Carlene's doing a little filming. I like it.
What are we filming?
I don't know. What are we
I don't
filming?
know.
Hey.
Hey. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the Connected by Water podcast, fueled by our very good friends at Papa's PLR Rum, who remind us never to be a spectator. Before we start, really, our show today, we want to introduce today's guests after we introduce today's Starbright Solutions Project C-Safe do-gooder of the week. So, this week's do-gooder is Jeff Hewitt and his team of do-gooders. Now, Jeff sent numerous videos of himself and his crew just doing all-around do-gooder stuff like helping wildlife out of old rope and picking up floating debris while fishing locally from his home in the Keys, and just the daily kind of stuff that a do-gooder does. So, congrats, Jeff and crew. Starbright Conservation Director Corey Redwine says, you guys rock. So, good job, good job, good job. If you want to nominate a do-gooder in your area, just message us or Corey Redwine on Instagram, and you or they could win a very special Starbright Solutions prize pack worth over $200. It's one of those fancy buckets that are sitting on the other side of the room there, and it's filled with all kinds of stuff like the boat wash, the citrus cleaner, degreaser, the salt off, and the reggae sponge, and just all around awesome Starbright products. So as always, thank you to our sponsors, Papa's PLR Rum, Starbright, and Olokai for your great support of the show. And I am going to rip up my intro sheet because that is it. I usually have questions and bullet points and notes, but for you guys, I don't need that kind of shit. So because you guys have been here a million times, and I love it every time you guys come in. It's our most popular segment on the show. Captain Skip Dana, Captain Art Sapp. Thanks, guys. Very much. So
Pleasure to be
you
here.
don't have your mic
Hang them
on.
down. There you go.
So this is a special podcast for me because it is likely going to be one, if not this one. We were talking about doing that one other one maybe after this, but this might be the last podcast from our gallery because we're, as some people might already know, I already posted about it, that we're shutting this place down. And we are progressing our business and moving on to bigger and better things, and this little gallery here just isn't in that plan anymore. So it's a positive move for us, but it's not good for our poor little gallery. So our poor little gallery is going bye-bye. And it was a cool place to podcast from and have the show from and all that, but we're going to go now. Future endeavors are going to bring us out to the people. We're going to do them all from Carlene's house.
I got dibs on the table.
No,
Who gets the bar?
the bar's coming with me.
Okay.
The bar is going to be with me for the rest of my life. Because as we signed the top of that thing. It's got some pretty historic signatures on that thing. So that's going in the garage until we move on to
Very cool.
our next place. So yeah, and we got our sticker wall back there and my drawing desk, and there's some pretty cool things that we've done and accumulated and created over the years that we're not going to ditch or get rid of. But so for those of you in the Pompano Beach area or neighborhood that welcomed us with open arms, we thank you guys. It's been a lot of fun. We've created a lot of good memories here. We had some barbecues here. We've had a lot of good shows and a lot of good nights here. And I celebrated my 50th birthday in this room. And, so it's going to be kind of a little sad, but we're happy and we're proud of where we're heading. So I just wanted to say that before we got rolling and say my piece about, all the cool stuff. So speaking of cool stuff, you guys have been traveling all over the place. You've both been in the Bahamas, and we're moving on up from sailfish to bigger billfish and all kinds of cool stuff, right? So, take me through some of this stuff, guys. You're fishing with Bernard. How's the 92 doing over there? What's going on?
Let her rip.
So when we got done with sailfish season, we kind of came back, had a few weeks off of maintenance and getting stuff ready, and we bolted right to the Bahamas for marlin season.
Mm-hmm.
We were in where were we? We went to Baker's first for like a week and a half. Then we did Marsh Harbor for like a week and a half. Then Green Turtle.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah. Then we had a week off, so we stayed in Green Turtle for a week, and
Mm-hmm.
we had a little engine issue on our way to Walker's and had to come home. But we got that taken care of, and as soon as we got done with that,
So you did not do walkers?
we did not do Walker's
Oh,
this year.
I'm sorry. That
No.
sucks.
No, unfortunately, and the fishing was really good. At least for a few days it was good. But then we got back, did some maintenance, got everything fixed up, and we looped right back to the Bahamas for about 3 weeks with the family. Fishing was great, When We were
Yeah.
over there in the spring. It was marlin, tuna, dolphin,
Mm-hmm.
good bottom fishing. With the family, we basically just bottom fished. The week before we left, our whole plan for the whole summer was to get Danny his first blue marlin.
Okay.
And the week before we left, he fell off his bike and broke his wrist.
Oh no.
So he was in a wrist the whole time. So it was all bottom fishing and little
Yeah.
stuff, for the most part, deep dropping.
Okay.
But fishing was phenomenal, really good.
Did you get to do some marlin fishing over there, or was it just
In the springtime, we
in the
did.
springtime?
Yeah, we caught a few blues, a few whites,
Okay.
caught a big dolphin. It was good fishing. Caught a blue out of the kite.
That's
Caught a bunch of dolphin out of the kite
Really?
on our off days. Yeah, so we would go deep dropping, set up on the edge, and drift and put everything up. And I'm tight.
So you'd be deep drop. You'd have the LP or whatever on the bottom,
Yeah, I got to.
and
So off the light where it comes in, I don't know what it's called, where that loop comes in. It's off North Bar there. Off the one
just
corner.
inside the bridge. Then
I got a mark there. It says tuna, blue, queen. So we set up there and start deep dropping, and we put the kite up, and we catch everything while we're deep dropping.
that's
It was
awesome.
fun.
You guys ever doing any of the slow pitch jigging?
A little bit.
We did a lot of it over there this summer.
We just recently had Bouncer and Johnny Jigs on, and Johnny was swearing by like the slow pitch jigging being the best way to catch blackfin.
It's deadly.
Yeah.
It's great for the groupers and snappers too. It's
Yep.
just the rod and reel are so light and small and tricky. I mean, I'm sure the guys that are good at it can catch a 50+ pound black, but I
Right.
would rather have my traditional conventional gear.
They definitely have their methods,
Yeah.
like of the trial and error, the things that they've tried and everything.
They get
like
bit.
that.
There's
Yeah.
no denying that. Those things
Right.
get bit amazingly well.
I mean, the biggest nassau we caught this summer was on the slow pitch over there.
Same. But it worked Jason over pretty good, and it I don't know, and it was a 25 pound fish,
Yeah,
and
I think
it
you
worked
can't
him
really
over.
pull it. It's kind of like you got to
Yeah.
lay the rod and just
Pointed
just
at him, try to
crank,
crank. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was like he would lift and he cranked down, pointing the rod straight at him, basically a little tiny bend in it.
Yeah, they definitely works though.
Yeah.
They get bit on the tunas, 100%.
Right.
And the kudas and kings and stuff eat them up,
They love
chop the
those
shit
jigs.
all up. Oh my god, and they're not cheap. They're more expensive than goggle eyes,
The
but
jigs.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
$15 a jig. you
Yeah.
know?
If you're
Some
yeah.
of them are super freaking
Yeah.
heavy
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
wild.
So you've been fishing for marlin with the
With-
Skip
yeah.
Jack
Yeah, yeah.
program, right?
Yeah, we
I was seeing a lot of those videos that,
Are they still
that
on it?
you and Bernard
No.
were posting up, and
Yeah, we went down in June. We went down around June 20th there for 3 days, and we had 14 or 16 fish up, and I think we caught 8. I think we had bites on 10 or 12 of them. I can't remember now. I've got it written down, but yeah, it was the first time ever using that Omni style sonar. And the first day, fiddling.
oh, you
with
did
it.
have the sonar.
You never
on?
fished a sonar before?
Never fished sonar.
Oh my god.
No. So first
Were
day.
Were you fishing on the Skipjack walk around?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a Simrad Omni on that thing.
Okay.
And the first day we went out, fished for a bit, and had a couple maybe marks or whatever. And we ended up we had 2 bites and one a UFO. We rigger bite or whatever. We backlashed it out of the clip there and parted it off. And I don't know, who knows what the hell it was. Good fish, heavy fish, good bite or whatever. And then the second one we pitched a fish and it jumped it off pretty quick. So we were 0 for 2 or 0 for 1, 0 for 2, who knows, on the first day. And the second day, it seems like it'd blow all summer, especially down there at San Sal where we were, rough as snot. And I'm working my way off. There's an area off to the north that I had a lot of success on last year with them, or some success on. And we trolled off to the north for a bit. And, man, that looked right on the Omni there. But again, first time having used it, I really don't know. And I miss, and I don't get the mark straight up and down. So I make a big loop and come back around. And I see which way he's going. I got him on the Omni again there, and I'm like, I don't know, it looks like a hot dog. It's got to be right. That's
Now
what the guys
you're
tell me.
watching this
I'm
up on the
running
bridge.
boat. I'm running the boat.
You're watching the Omni on the bridge. You don't
Right.
have a guy like in
No.
the
The nice
So-
thing
so
about
you're
the
doing
Simrad
both.
Omni is it's so with the Fruno, and this is again, I'm hearing and learning from what
Right.
you guys are doing. They're constantly casting that thing up and down.
Yes.
Well, with the Simrad, you've got like a 10 or 15 degree surface that you set at whatever angle, and then it's got this triple beam that I liked overlapping it by a little bit to where if it's deeper, it doesn't reach out as far, but it's a big beam down deep.
Okay.
And I could reach about 800 feet with that thing, 800 feet away with that deeper beam. And interestingly, you'd mark them on that if they're up within 200 feet of the surface. You'd mark them on that narrow beam up high, and then as you got closer, they'd show up on that lower beam. So you've got two basically what looks like radar pictures.
Okay.
And it's the same red slash, though it doesn't seem there's definitely more noise with the Simrad than the videos that I've seen with the Furunos. Like with the Furunos, it seems like there's a hot dog and nothing else on the screen, or several.
It's like the size of your finger. It's a yellow hot dog like that.
Yeah, see, it's red with the Simrad, and they're slightly smaller. But so the second fish, I get that mark, and I miss him on the first one. I make my loop, and I'm coming back around, and now I got a second mark on him. And you drop targets as, all right, this is where he was. Now I got him here. I know where he's going, and I kind of got an idea on the speed, so I'm able to set a core setting that's going to, I think, intercept him. And then I mark him under the boat, and I say, yep, I got him under the boat. Now as I'm turning around, there he is on the left teaser, and he's able to catch that fish. So that turned into, I think we had several marks we never got up, but I think we had 8 marks that we turned into 8 bites. And then on the last day, I saw a free jumper that day turned into a double header that I'd never marked. I think they were up too shallow, and we caught one of that double header. And then the next morning we pull out the cut, and the cool thing, a lot of the places bombed, but especially San Sal, you pull out the cut, you lower your riggers. By the time you got everything organized, you're in 1,500 feet of water and getting deeper in a hurry, and you're fishing. Like I never even got on plane.
Oh, wow.
And I make my first curve turn, and that looks like a mark, and I got him on the deep first, on the deep zone of the Omni.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, oh shit, he's under, and we're tight. I mean, it was that quick. I think the fish was coming up, and it marked deep, and I barely could get it spit out. Yeah, I barely could get it spit out, and then he's under us. I see him on the traditional sonar, and he's in our spread, and we're tight. And oh shit, that's awesome. And then we saw a fish chasing, a real small one chasing mahis, and I'm trolling around that area, and we don't get a mark on the Omni. We get bit again, though, on a fish out of the dredge. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe these fish are up shallow. I've seen the fish on the surface now. We got a bite we never marked on the Omni. And then I see a free jumper, and we only fish half a day this day because the plane's supposed to take us out of there. But whether fuck us, we could have fished all day. Airplane never showed up.
Really?
Yeah. But I see a big free jumper, and it's literally, if anybody was watching from the cut at San Sal, they would have watched us pitch the fish, and we had about a 400-pounder literally right in front of the cut on that one. And then we had to go home. But we didn't get to go home. But we were supposed to go home. And that was our first trip. And then I was back down again there, and we did catch a few on that one. And it was considerably rougher and harder to get the Omni to work for us on that trip. But we made it down to Rum and had a few bites down there. And the sharks are so atrocious. I mean, every tuna but one that we hooked got eaten. And on that one, I actually found them out in the deep in like 10, 12,000 foot of water, which still isn't that far offshore,
right?
Crazy as that sounds. And found some tunas out there. We were able to catch one there and caught a blue one and had a couple others up out there. And some small bill fish of some kind that were messing with us on our rigger baits that we never could get a hook in.
Spearfish, maybe?
Maybe. And we never caught one to really know for sure what the hell they were, but it was interesting.
So
great fishing, though. Great
sharks
fishing.
Still intense.
Oh, everywhere you go. The only place I have fished here in the last few years, and it's consistent now, is basically St. Lucie Inlet or Stewart area, just a little north of that inlet to almost the Loran Tower, out there in the kind of flatter bottom outside of 100 foot of water, where now porpoises can be a problem, but I've had very little shark issues.
Right.
And we've caught a pile of tunas and a pile of kings and one really, really big wahoo in this tournament we did, that one more bite sailfish tournament we did up there, which was a blast. I love it. I'll never miss that one again.
Nice.
Like I'm considering trying to figure out how I can rent a house and live in Stewart in July for all of July. Really, it's probably all of summer, but I'm going to at least do July up there. Such a cool fish.
Yeah, I remember you saying last time that sailfish bite, you were fishing there with Carter a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slick ass calm.
Yeah.
Great fishing.
Bait everywhere.
Easy. And we caught an 84-pound wahoo on mono, a young kid, my buddy Brandon's son.
On mono.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. It was crazy. We were eat up by Benitez at the time, and he gets bit on at the time I was kind of bumping, very little wind. We had a single kite up off the bow, and he's Wyatt Lortena there, Brandon's son, was fishing a kite, and we had a kid I grew up with, he's 50 years old almost now, and his daughter fishing in the back there, and fishing some flatlines, some kind of bump troll baits, and we get eat up by Benitez, and I think the long bait and middle bait were no, it was the full kite was still there, and he gets bit on the middle bait. And he literally, I mean, it's a tournament, so he's got to do it all himself. I guess they did let you hook in hand, but we weren't doing that. And he gets tight and gets pinned to the kite kite rod on the gunnel and just smoking them. Yeah, but then we watch a bonita eat on the short, and Brandon gets tight on the bonita on the short.
Right.
Fucking bonita. I ain't even thinking about it. And I looking around trying to reorganize, make sure I'm not tangling anything up, trying to get a sailfish bite, because it seemed like every time we get that activity going, we get a sailfish bite or two. And I look back up there, and he's still pinned to the rod, and he's saying, "Hey, give me a hand up here. I got
Running
something
hard,
going on."
yeah.
And I look, and the fucking spool's like 3/4 gone already.
Come on.
Oh, all right, well, sailfish is angry and not jumping, or this is interesting.
Wow.
So he gets it worked out. Kid's good and going to be great. Just I never say anything. Not one of those non-talking kids, which is kind of the kind of kid I like. But
Right. You like Carly? You like the non-talking types of kids?
she ain't even
She
talking.
don't
today.
even
It's
care.
like
Look
you
at this.
want to know. It's like you want your kids. I can't wait till they walk and talk, and it's like just sit down and shut the fuck up. They come to you like,
Girl, that's what I'm talking about.
That is 100% correct.
Yes. Yeah. So now the bet's going on, and we're South Florida guys. Jason's on the boat with me. What kind of shark is it? Man, I don't know, dude. It did not act like a shark, and it did the face into the current thing for a bit,
Right.
and then just went deep and started dogging hard. I don't
not
don't think
sharky.
it's a shark. It's not
Yeah.
acting like a shark. This ain't a shark. And a few times, you say it's acting like a big wahoo, but if it is, it's really big.
Right.
And the kid does an amazing job. 30-pound fluorocarbon, circle hook. If you look on my social media, you'll see the pictures. The thing was just, and he pulled so hard on the thing, it actually sprung the hook a little bit, like opened it up a bit, but it was so well hooked. And turns out 84 pounds, had a 15-pound bonita in 3 seconds,
Really?
chopped up 3 sections in its gut, and then had 4 sardines, hook holes in their back, where somebody either kite fished them and either thrown them over. No hooks, though, so I think it would have been they threw them over or whatever. And our herring, fish ate a herring in its gut. It was I think it'd been easing around taking advantage of the discards. It was a sailfish tournament. There were quite a few boats in it this year. And I would assume, now we don't, because we're accustomed to our rules, we don't throw our baits over
Right.
till the end of the day, but I would assume that that's what that was, or some of the recreational boats that were up there. Because if that fishery is out, I mean, the whole world knows about it, at least that whole area, and there's everything from John boats to, it wouldn't surprise me to see an airboat out there taking
Right.
advantage of it, because it's so calm most of the time, and such a great fishery. But
Who-
like I
who
said,
ended
That's a
up winning
nice
that tournament?
fish.
Nick and JC came up in their glass tech and won it.
Did
had,
they?
Yeah, 16 for 16. They had 16 bites and caught all
Man.
of them. And
So let me ask you. I mean, I know with the marlin fishing,
Yeah.
like in the spring and the summer and everything like that. I mean, how close are you guys to being like, man, I like that more than sailfish?
not more.
Not more.
It's different.
So you're still not there.
Oh, no, I love it. I love it. I'll go
Okay.
do it every possible day, but no, in the wintertime, I love the
Sailfish
sailfish
time.
stuff.
Yeah, because we talked before about like the guys that are just marlin fishermen and they're just like locked in for that, like for the rest of their lives, and that's all they ever want to do.
If you're a hardcore marlin guy,
Yeah.
you're traveling. You're
Yeah.
chasing the bite all around the world.
That's just not an option.
Here it's you get springtime in the Bahamas,
right, too many options
through the summer, like early summer, and then you're done.
Yeah,
You say that.
But, I
That's
mean, I think you
that
can
southern
go-
Bahamas thing. And I was just in Harbor Island there less than a week ago. We trolled Tuesday, went trolling on Tuesday and had 2 fish up. On my outboard boat, no Omni, none of that shit. And we fished for 6 hours and had 2 fish up.
mm-hmm.
Now, it was me and Jason.
Actually,
and,
they're still catching.
Yeah.
Danny was in Hooktown.
yeah, still catching them, which is kind of odd for the Abacos. Abacos usually isn't a late summer spot, but the southern Bahamas definitely are. Crooked was phenomenal all year last year, not as good this year, but San Sal was phenomenal for us this year.
That's a good
And,
spot.
yeah, it all is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. There's an island, Samana Island down there. It's uninhabited. I so desperately got to figure out a way to get to spend a few days on that thing fishing.
Yeah,
it.
Got to bring the mothership down there.
Bernard's got the deal,
Yeah.
no doubt.
yeah.
No doubt.
Bernard's always got the deal, man.
Yeah,
It's good to
Yeah,
be
he's,
Bernard. It's good to be Bernard.
You got to go. You got to go.
Yeah.
I think you just go fishing and you catch it. I mean, you
Yeah,
got to
you
fish
put in
for
the
'em.
time. Yep. And with the Omni deal now, it's if they're
It is
there,
such
you're
a
going to
game
know they're
changer.
there. Oh my God, it's cheating. It's fucking horrifying. I hate it. I despise it. God, do I love using it.
Who was I talking to about Andros recently? Oh, it was Gregor from Starbright.
Really?
President of Starbright, yeah. And
Marlin
he was,
fishing Andros.
and he was just telling
There's always some at the north end up there.
yeah, it
Well,
tells about
in the tongue. I mean, the pocket.
pocket,
but
yeah.
that not so much late summer though.
yeah, but he was just like saying that that's like as far as just a mix of like kind of everything, like on all sides of it and everything, just like the inside with the bonefish and everything,
Oh,
just
yeah.
absolutely phenomenal and just everywhere on. And he's was just telling me some great stories
everywhere
about
in the
going
Bahamas.
there.
Everywhere.
Made me want to go. Yeah, but there, he was sounding like there especially. You know, just
What could be better than Walker's or San Sal? I mean,
The fishing at Walker's the last few years has been so good.
Yeah.
I got to get some kind of facility there.
yep, dude, Crooked Island's got all of that and then some, and a lot fewer people. It's all of the Bahamas, really. All of the eastern Bahamas, and probably that break there with Andros, east and south, it's
Can I
phenomenal.
ask a question? What's your guys' favorite memory here?
Oh, listen to you.
Oh, look at you.
favorite.
thought we
Get
were
all
gonna-
squishy. What the fuck's with the squishy? We're talking about fishing
I
over
thought
know
we were
I'm
doing
falling
questions
asleep
tonight.
over here, so if you want to be part of the deal, let's talk. You know.
All right. So what's
All I can think of is fish. I'm hungry. Sure, perfect.
It might have been talking about hungry. It might have been some of those barbecue sessions.
The
up in
barbecue ribs?
here.
Like,
favorite memory from here, or favorite
Just-
memory maybe from podcasts in general, or
and just however you want. Here, this gallery. Podcasting. However.
right now? No. I don't know. Favorite memory. I mean, I could tell you one, as far as like just podcast stuff, like in general. I know that we had that really fun St. Patrick's Day
That was a good
episode,
one.
which was a blast, and that was like right in the beginning of the COVID,
Yep.
and then everyone was like, "Fuck it, we're still podcasting." And, like we all showed up, and like we all like dressed up like we were having like, because all St. Patty's was canceled that year, so we decided to do one on the podcast instead.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
To me, the all-time greatest podcast that has ever been made, and I listened to thousands of them. Jason Tiny Walcott's story.
Yes.
sitting
That's
right here.
that
is
was a
the
historic
best
one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the best podcast that's ever been done.
Thank
Period.
you.
Period. All of them. I listened to way too many.
It's because of his.
It's
It's
real.
know him, but it's real and it's chilling, that story.
Yeah.
And we can all relate. It's even the boat shows and stuff.
You never
That
know
was
who
a
you're gonna
special
say I'm
night.
prepared,
That was
always.
a special night that was done in this room.
Yep.
That was done like I kind of right around when we moved into this place.
It was early.
And and Tiny and I had been talking about doing that episode for 2 years. And like right when I first started the podcast, we were talking, and he's like, "Oh, I should come on and tell that story." I said, "Yes, you should. Let's do it." And I think that was like episode 67 or something like that, right? So it took us a
Tiny-
while to like get around to doing it.
Tiny should be paid to travel the world telling that story.
Well, I think he's working on some stuff with the Gun K
Dude,
stuff
it's a
that
great
he's got
story.
going on, and he's writing the book, and he's going to do some motivational speaking and kind of intertwine that because he is very good like that.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
You know what I mean? But that was, I very much enjoyed. That was like one of those ones that like even like at the end of the evening, like you knew like
Yeah,
man,
something
that
just
was a special one.
Yeah.
And we do have those from time to time where like you end it and you're just like, oh, that was a special one. I mean, I think we just had one with Chico Fernandez. The one we did at Jeff's house was an episode where
Thank
I
you,
felt
Doug.
at the end like that was kind of magic because he is so cool.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And the stories that he told about old Cuba and coming over here, and and he was 19 years old, and he took his dad's Mercedes and put it on a ferry and drove it over here to Miami. And they were like super rich in Cuba, but once they got to Miami, they like didn't have any money anymore, and like all that. And they were
Crazy.
convinced that that Cuba or Castro was going to come after his dad, and he probably would have, based upon what Chico told me on the show. But even after the show, was like, he was coming after my dad. Like
Bad dude.
they literally fled Castro personally.
Yep.
So, but that was a really really great one. So, and then bringing on a little bit the time when Thomas
Thank you.
Osborne.
Yeah, that was a great one.
And then those hippies cut his lines, and
Yep.
and Patrick came on, and that's when
Yep.
we met Pat. And,
Yep.
And that was really when we ended up doing a follow-up episode with Pat, and then
Yep.
lost him shortly after, and that was really, really, really sad.
I think we did an episode with Pat and then did with Thomas. He said you guys need to meet Thomas. I think it was the three of
Is
us.
that how
with
that
Pat.
went?
It was
It
three of
might
us
have
with
been.
Pat.
Yeah, it might have gone like that.
And then he said
Yeah.
we got to bring Thomas.
That
on
is
this."
true. That is
Exactly.
how that
Yeah.
went. Actually,
Yeah.
yep, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
Now we're in a shark suit.
Yep.
That's
yep.
right.
Yeah. So,
Hey, and Thomas is still up there killing it, man. Dude. Anybody that can make a living catching fish to pay your bills and like that.
a guy like
a
that looks
talented
at
guy.
fishing
That's
differently.
a talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A guy like Thomas Osborne looks at fishing differently than everybody else does. I mean, he looks at fishing like a farmer would look at land, and as someone else would look at land.
It's
You know
still
what I
that
mean?
ability is very, very uncommon. The
Yeah.
ability to produce that kind of quantities of fish that you can pay the mortgage with it.
Right.
That's uncommon, and that's a talent.
Well, I think that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Like that perspective that he has, I think makes that happen. Like he looks at the water like a farmer looks at land. And he's,
I think we all do that to some degree. You
Yeah,
have
but-
to.
but I
Or
mean-
a hunter looks at land.
but I mean, if he's looking at it for like he needs numbers,
Yeah.
like to survive and to build his business, and he's farming the land basically, farming the water.
For the most part, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, good dude.
And a guy
Really,
like that,
really
that's
good.
as fishy as you get.
Yeah, I don't.
You know?
I've attempted to stay in touch with him just because I like the dude. I like,
He's a good guy.
Really
He
good
really
dude.
is a good guy.
and I don't talk to him much as I'd like to, but I have reached out from time to time, just checking in.
Yeah.
His wife went through some medical issues and whatnot, and that's one of the few great things about social media is you can not too terribly obtrusively keep track of people and see how they're doing through that without having, because everybody's busy, nobody's got time to do anything,
Right.
And I've been able to keep track a little bit of that with him through social media, which has been nice. But
I think
like
as
a good
long as
episode.
you don't bite on commenting on those bait posts, those
Oh, yeah.
then you'll be good on social media.
Yep.
You'll be fine as long as you don't throw your name in. 'Cause
Or
then you
as-
get the idiots following up on you and commenting, and they just piss you off.
or as long as
Yeah.
you don't let it affect you emotionally too much, and
Yes.
it's hard to do because
Yeah.
especially with the insanity of the world right now, it's easy to go down a rabbit hole and get angry and and
Dude.
get scared.
I just like last week. I just made one I thought innocent comment on
Yeah, I saw
something
it.
about the Olympics or something. I don't know, and then all of a sudden I'm just getting like lambasted, and like I was like, oh my god, you people really just coming out of the woodwork on this. But
I'll
that's
have
crazy
any
shit.
conversation face to face. Any conversation. I'll talk about anything with anybody. I don't care.
Right.
But typing it out on a computer, no
Yeah.
chance. There's
I don't
too-
even go on about it. I just
No.
if I make the one thing, I'll just let these people comment. And I'm like, man, you guys are crazy.
Like Rogan says, post and ghost, baby.
Post and ghost.
Don't even look back. I don't look for comments. I don't, and it's a mistake because I've noticed that the people that are really good at social media, they reply to every comment. They they really get
Right.
involved. I'm not doing it.
I think it all depends on what you posted or what you're commenting
Something you can't
on.
respond to. It's
Yeah.
like, it's harder to respond to stupidity sometimes.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I have a problem with that. People say stupid stuff. I'm just like, I just want to light them up, but you can't.
You can't. I don't know.
Here's my issue with that: is I say a lot of stupid stuff in an attempt at humor, and I say a lot of stupid stuff that maybe I don't think is stupid when I'm saying it. So
And you
People
read
I,
it the
interpret
I
next
give
day.
things
people I
differently,
give
you know?
people a lot of slack with that because maybe they're saying something they either don't know but they think they know, or they think is smart and is actually really stupid, or maybe it's just I think
Yeah, it
it's
sounds
stupid.
like conversations with my kids every day. Pretty much.
So,
I get those too.
yeah. So
So my favorite podcast
Mhm.
is the podcast that was not a podcast. You guys,
Oh,
guys
yeah,
tricked me
that's
on my
right.
50th
That's right.
birthday.
For Skips, that's right.
yeah, on
That
my
was all a
50th.
staged coup,
I was hustling to get
just
here.
like the Democratic
I had
National Committee.
zero clue. And,
isn't that the truth?
yeah, no, don't go down that rabbit hole.
Go down that rabbit hole. What the fuck, dude? They're the ones that are screaming about democracy. When they're handpicking your candidate, that is not democracy, people.
Here we
More
go.
hypocrisy. Fuck
Toot,
it.
toot. Trains left the station.
No.
He's,
you
see,
can
he's talking
legitimately
face
have an
to
issue
face.
there.
That's why he's saying something.
That's
right.
right.
He's
We're
like-
having a
It's
conversation.
not democracy. You're right.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
And-
you're absolutely.
And here's the thing. Again, like I told y'all before, they were looking for both roles to be chosen in that manner. And, oh, sure, you got plenty of democracy. You get to choose your president. You get to vote for your president. But we handpicked them. If they'd have killed Trump, they'd have handpicked a candidate on the Republican side. It would have been no different. Republicans would have done exactly the same thing. Democrats would have had handpicked their candidate and Kamala. And now, oh, here you go, vote with our two handpicked candidates.
I
No
think-
democracy.
Listen. I hope that this country rights the ship.
Might need to fill her up.
because
I'm just messing.
because listen, no matter how this election goes, right, one way or the other, I really hope that the principles that this government was founded upon
Come back.
come back exactly, and just and make this
Coalesce.
nation what it should be. Because I think things that have happened in
too
recent
big.
times, it's too chaotic right
We're too
now.
big now.
It's too crazy.
It's not
Yeah,
changing.
and
Big
it's,
government got too big.
Government got too big. Country got too big. We don't stand a chance. We're going to survive. The country will survive. We're way too young to die just yet.
right.
But chaos will ensue long past our deaths and long past our children's deaths. And there'll be enough people willing to go to work every day and try to make things good and try to make things right that everything will continue to roll, and they'll be
I just wanna go
continuously
fishing.
overtaxed, and that's it.
Play a little
That's
golf.
it. And find your enjoyment. Life is good, no matter how hard it gets. It's still fun. Some of the best times after you've survived your hardest times. I didn't say that right. So after you've survived some of your hardest times in life, turn out to be some of your best times in life. Like,
Right.
God
So it's
damn it.
darkest before the dawn.
Yeah,
Well, you enjoy
we
it,
made it
you
through that.
appreciate it a little
You
more,
really
you know?
do. You appreciate the good times that much more, but then you appreciate those hard times, and we manned up, or whatever the term you want to use,
Right.
and survived and battled through it, man. All of it's good to me. The arguments, the happiness, the sadness.
No, you're right.
I appreciate it all.
It's healthy, and thank God we can live in a country where we can have those types of conversations, whether you agree with them or not. Or you agree with the person you're discussing, whatever topic you're discussing or not. Just be thankful that we're able to have these conversations and talk it through. That's the important thing, because I think really you got to stay true to the Constitution and principles, right? And you got to really keep all that intact, because with everyone all right, people like to blame the two-party system nowadays, and I don't really think that that's really to blame, because
it's the people in the parties.
it's the people in the parties. It's corruption. It is really what it comes down to, because if you really think about the Democratic way and the Republican way, and how we switch from a Democratic public to a Republican president, it kind of switches back and forth and everything like that. That balance, I think, kind of is what keeps us going, right? And the fact that we're keeping each other in check at all time, because I think really, right, if it goes one way for too long, then it goes one way for too long. And then
It's all checks and balances.
Yeah, it's all checks and balances. I think you need that balance to keep everything moving forward. Now, when the balance starts becoming corruptible, and when things happen where it's not honest or legit or legal or whatever, that's when we start really having a problem with the process.
Self-interested people.
Yeah, or things like not democratically electing a candidate. That's
the primaries.
Yeah,
they really didn't even have a primary for Biden. They really didn't. But at least there was some version of a primary.
At least they went through the motions a little bit.
Sort of, kind of, almost. But I swear, I think they had the plan all the while. That we'll get close, and this is who we want. So we'll get close and say, yeah, you guys are right. This guy's fucking senile. He's almost dead. Here we go. We got.
How about the dude they marched out that was like 6 inches taller than Biden? Didn't even look like him.
I heard
No
Rogan
wrinkles.
talking about that the other day. That's a weird one. I don't know. It's those are conspiracies that are so hard to get in on.
Dude, if you see the video, you're like, that ain't the dude that I saw yesterday.
Carlene's pissed.
Why?
We got off track.
No, you guys are good, man. Whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want. Anyway, by the way,
it's funny 'cause
nothing
it's
happens by
It's just
accident.
all a bunch
No,
of bullshit either way.
In that realm.
No.
You know what I mean? Come on. You think this was,
Here's the
surprise,
thing.
let's pivot, let's
These
change
aren't
this.
our smartest and bestest of people either. There are so many people out there so much smarter.
The most bestest.
The most
That's
bestest.
the thing, is they got to do what's right for the country, whether you're right or left or
they're
whatever.
not. They're doing it for them.
Just got to.
That's the problem.
They're not doing it for the country. They're doing
Right.
it all for them on both
Right.
sides.
I'm not about to sit here and talk
And the
politics.
American red snapper. Am I right?
You're right.
True.
Which one are you talking about? Which red snapper?
Oh, Jesus.
Where you going, Skipper? You running away on that?
Oh, my
okay.
God.
He's very good.
You ran Skip off.
I love Americans, even the ones I don't agree with.
Have you been watching the Olympics?
Dude, I don't watch TV anymore at all. I listen to podcasts. I
Right.
spend a lot of time in the ocean or on my boat or fiddling around outside.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Looking at American Red Snapper.
I do love those things.
How's the boat doing?
Good. I'm 3 years in. Supposed to be time for a change out. So we'll see with the economy the way it is and everything. I think that's probably going to slow down a little bit. That's going to be interesting to see.
The boating business, I mean, through COVID was
Well, that was
the
epic,
best
but
ever, right? I
Yeah,
mean, the best we've ever seen it. I mean, hands
Yeah.
down, like by far. But now it's like a lot different.
it's very different right now.
But even a lot of these custom boat builders, they're all still 2-3 years out. But
Right.
The guys that got real money, they got real money. They're
Right.
not financing anything. They're not. It
Right.
just doesn't seem to matter to them in any way. But if you're financing something, you're going to be affected right now.
yeah,
Those guys that are building those custom boats, they made money today.
Yeah,
right,
100%.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or if they didn't, they will down
They're
the
going to
road.
make more money
because-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're going to make it while we sleep.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. They're
That's how
doing
it
just
works.
fine. They're doing just fine.
I've been in Ocean Reef for the last few weeks, and there's a lot of
stuff
money going on down there. It never ends.
Yep, no doubt.
You
No
see,
doubt.
the boat sales have slowed.
Oh yeah. Well,
Right.
the our world boat sales have slowed a ton.
The boats
The
from
big boats
say a high-end center console to the mid-center consoles has gone way down.
But the used, but I mean the
Used
COVID,
boat, oh, yeah.
the COVID boats have
COVID boats
probably
have totally jumped,
flooded the market, right?
They're
Yeah.
coming. There's definitely a lot of boats on the market right now, for sure.
Yep. No doubt. But that's good for the quality stuff. If the higher the quality, the better they survive through this. And that's the same thing that my charter business has definitely slowed some. I'm more expensive, but we produce a quality product, and a lot of our customers are wealthy, doing well people, and they haven't slowed down. That group
Also,
hasn't.
you get what you pay for too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true, definitely.
There's no doubt.
The fuel has been tough though. That has through my QuickBooks on the last deal.
I mean, you doubled your expenses.
Well, you
basically.
can get
almost
you can get
quadrupled.
You can get off the truck now, which is good,
Jesus,
right?
quadrupled?
I can't, but Nader takes such good care of me over
Okay.
here that it's the convenience of just coming right there. It's a better way to do it for me.
Gotcha.
Jim Steele made it. He left to go to the Exumas today, and he just got there.
Did he really?
Went out the inlet just before 8:00.
What do you take?
Sporty out
37.
there? Still sporty out there, right?
Oh, it's rough as fuck.
Yeah.
He got his teeth
It's like
kicked in.
rough.
Yeah, he got his teeth kicked in. Yep, I just got a text.
What do you got? 37 CV?
CV, yeah. I got to reply to him real quick.
Go
I
ahead.
remember. No, almost quadrupled my fuel costs.
Then I have a question for you after that.
Yep.
It's
So-
the same with everything. Same for us. Same fuel, bait. Everything has gone up.
Get you a cocktail.
The
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you this, right? Because you guys, I mean, have spent a lot of time in the Bahamas. In recent years, have become more proficient in the marlin fishing, right? So, if there's a guy over here that
I don't know if you can say proficient. I've done it more.
well, no. Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
That's kind of what I meant. You've in recent years, you've done it more.
I'm learning and taking my licks right now.
I hear that, right? And you guys have been totally open about that too. But so the point of my question is, so there's a guy over here that's got a center console, really loves fishing over here, mostly sailfish, mostly meat, and all the traditional like offshore guy around here and everything like that, wants to go over to the Bahamas, wants to get into doing some marlin fishing on his own, right? What advice would you give them?
Go buy him a Jim Lux dredge
Go.
boom. Set it up. If you need to, you can hand crank it, but you're better buying an LP or a big hooker or something. And one dredge. Figure out a way to pull a pair of bridge teasers out of your riggers. Go to Firetails. If you're strictly blue marlin fishing, I'd get them to set you up with some of the big Firetails.
I like the mackerel ones.
mackerel sized. Yep.
The Calibres?
Calibri ship or some some big mud flap. Big.
Oh, I got an awesome story after you get done with that. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you can go all artificial. We fish either a machine or a big mole craft or something on one side, and I like a pink squid chain and a what the hell is that Islander thing? I can never remember the fucking name of it. But you can even put an artificial mackerel behind that, or I prefer.
I
the
think
bird?
Yeah.
No, it's a lure.
Been
But
there forever. What the fuck is the name of the Islander? It's an Islander.
it's an Islander, but it's but no, there's a specific name of the one with the big cone head.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. If you're strictly blue marlin fishing, I like a traditional Islander with a they were Hawaiian eyes my whole life with a horse ballyhoo behind it. If your whites and sails mixed in there too.
You ever thrown out any Andes lures?
Oh yeah, the
got
sumo.
quite a
I caught
few.
one. Yeah, I caught one.
The
on
sumo? Yeah.
I caught one on the sumo last year. It was a teaser. I like the bait and switch thing, and I'm not targeting. What's interesting though, I have learned that, in talking to Ray Rocher there the other day too, is many of
I saw Ray at ICAST.
the biggest fish that I've had up, like the legit. We had one down there in San Sal. I marked it and ran it over, and it was just, oh my god, this thing's gonna be giant. You get one bite out of the big ones. Like this thing
Right.
was 600 plus. One big
It's like
explosive
your home run
bite.
swing.
Oh yeah, and then they'll paddle along and go away. So if you're fishing for that, put hooks in everything. Don't fish teasers. But I'm not. I'm fishing. I'd rather catch 6 or 8 200-pounders or less, and get more bites. And
Go for the boys.
yeah, so and bait and switch. It seems like, I mean, our numbers are ridiculous. If you tease them to the back of the boat, switch them over to a circle hook,
You got
pitch
it.
rig, you get them.
Are you show you my 50th birthday present from Andy?
Yeah. Is that it over there, laying there? Is
Oh, nice.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we got one of those. I pulled one of those right off the transom on an 80.
Extra large Argus.
Yep. Here's his lures are weighted so much better, but It's like I like a mold craft too. It's cheap and easy and whatever.
Right.
And I love these. Here's the crazy thing.
Hey, show that to the camera. So for those of you listening on Spotify or Apple, sorry, we're showing you a beautiful work of art by Andy Moyes.
And he weights his lures perfectly. They stay upright. The issue with like a mold craft or something like that with this style head,
Lays over.
if you get any weed or anything and it wants to roll upside down, and now it's underwater the whole time, and whereas he weights them, that doesn't happen. So it's nice to come up and they'll come down and they'll get smoke. And
I mean, he's got so many granders caught on his lures.
oh
It's
yeah,
not even
well his
funny.
stuff he's so specific about the way he builds every one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing's gorgeous. You need to get some scrapes on this thing's head. We got to go drag the thing around a little bit.
Ready when you are.
But here's the crazy thing.
Let's go beat up in the parking lot.
If I'm no. If I'm picking colors, these are the colors I'm picking. Bernard's got this machine that it's got all the colors. It's the most hideous looking thing I've ever seen. Fucking thing gets eat up. I mean, they love this thing. It's got green and yellow and orange.
Really?
Like a Frankenstein.
It's hideous.
Is that LGBTQT
yeah, one of those
lure?
things. Dude, that thing gets eaten alive. And I always go darker colors, and so I got me a pink and white one there the other day. The Cudas ate that thing up so good in
Pretty,
Harbor
isn't it?
Island.
That's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, we had been pulling one of these like right off the transom corner.
Yep.
On a 80 bent butt, like literally like
cockpit teaser.
Like 10 feet off the transom. You'd be surprised, and
they pass everything to get to it.
I literally can't see it from the bridge, right? And all of a sudden, wham! You're like, holy shit! How did he eat that? How did he see it? You know what I mean?
My only hang up with that is the dredge. I'm afraid if they get in and they touch anything in the dredge.
So on that side, I don't put a dredge.
You don't. Okay.
When I'm pulling that corner one.
Yeah.
I'll put I'll put one of these in the corner, and then another bigger one on that side.
Out of the
dredge
rigger, like a cockpit teaser.
We'll do dredge and the chain on that side.
Gotcha.
So the center console guy that you're talking about.
Just tell him to go.
So where's he going for the first spot? The first spot.
I caught one out of West End this year, and we didn't put a lot of time in to do it.
Just throw him in the West End.
I mean, we caught 5 off of Isaac's there in COVID on a half a day of fishing. There.
I'm just trying. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to like put myself in the position of that guy that I'm asking that question for. Like, I mean, and just be like, oh, because I know like a lot of the guys listen to this episode with you guys on it, and they got their ears.
I wouldn't even.
What are Art and Skip saying
like
to
if
do?
somebody
You know
wants
what I mean?
to just go blue marlin fishing, go right out here. Go blue marlin fishing.
Put in the time.
If you put the lures out and don't specifically
that
like,
is
go
true.
dolphin
You know, we
fishing,
talk about that sometimes, occasionally on the show. Like,
I saw.
It's not a bad marlin fishing.
So I ran down last Sunday from here to Ocean Reef.
Mm-hmm.
I made a big loop offshore. We caught a few dolphins and stuff, but it was slick calm. I saw 3 free jumpers.
Yep.
Definitely blues. Like
okay.
150, 200 maybe.
September, October too is 2 phenomenal months to do it out here. We see them every year out here doing it.
Let's drag this thing around then.
Oh, dude, I'll go do it. I'll tell you what we got to do is
we'll do a podcast while we're fishing.
That we'll do it on Bernard's boat and play with that because, dude, that sonar you're trolling.
You want to do that, Nick?
Does that one have a?
He's got Elon Musk too. You could do it live if you wanted to.
All right.
Yep, but it's
he's got Elon Musk.
Yeah, dude, that's I pay it. I give that man credit for all of it. That dude's so
Elon
smart.
Musk,
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Why would you call it Starlink?
Listen,
it's Elon Musk. It ain't Starlink.
Did you see the response he had to?
Oh no, he's such a.
What's his name?
Yeah.
What's the dipshit from California?
Really?
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom?
Oh yeah.
So he was busting on Kamala. He goes, "Oh, you can't really do that. I'm going to pass a law." He goes, "I checked with Professor."
Lick my nuts or something
it was Professor Sukon D's nuts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah.
And he said, he said
free
parody
speech
is allowed in America.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
With parody is allowed in America.
With like a finger emoji or something like that. It was hysterical.
We're American. We can say shit like that.
He's the richest guy in the world.
Listen, this is my problem. Like, and it.
Well, he was before today.
Kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that everyone always has to let like their political opinion about someone get in the way of like whether or not they like this person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. How can you not like Elon Musk?
For example, right?
That guy's fucking hysterical.
Gotta love Elon Musk, right?
Love him.
But like there's a certain gymnast who did really great this weekend. She made a tweet that like everyone had a
Simone
problem
Biles?
with. Yeah,
I love her. She's amazing. She does amazing.
But
how did she get a silver? What the fuck?
Well,
on the floor exercise.
This morning she stepped out twice.
Oh,
I watched it with my daughter before I left to come here this morning, and she did great.
Yeah.
Had she not have stepped out, she would have got like a 16.
Yeah,
Like,
she
it
lost
was
like
flawless. But
0.2
but
points
she
or
like
something
started her flip too late and like landed out of bounds
Gotcha,
like a little
gotcha.
bit. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, that sucks because that was a
Dude,
perfect landing. Actually,
She's entitled to her opinion. We're all entitled
that's
to
my
our
point.
opinion.
Like with people like want to agree with her or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't care. She's
Doesn't
an
give a shit.
extraordinary
She's
talent.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And let her say if she wants to say that, go for it. Say whatever the hell you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's got to work both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So for like Elon Musk, right? People do not want to recognize him as the genius of our time, but he is.
He is.
The dude's face belongs on coins. I'm telling you, even though he's ugly as shit. But like his
he
face
is a
belongs
genius.
because he's a freaking genius and he changed so much in our world, right?
Yep.
But because of his political views now that have switched or whatever like that, people now don't
They
like him.
haven't.
They
His
don't want to give him
politicals-
any credit for anything that he's created or done or accomplished or achieved. And that's kind of shitty. I mean, you really just got to recognize people for, you know what I mean? I don't know.
He's still a
That's my
90s
rant
and
for the day.
2000s liberal, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with. Problem is, they've gone so far.
Yeah, he's gone out. He
They
got out
left him.
liberal.
Yeah,
I almost see that party is split right now.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
What, the
there's-
Dems, you mean?
Yeah, it's
there's
there's
a
the
lot of-
extreme and then there's okay Democrats.
But here's
you know
the
what
thing:
I mean? It's
the
like,
far extreme, I could fuck with them. The far, but like
Right.
ultra
Yeah, yeah.
progressive, I can fuck with them.
right.
I don't agree with them, but I understand where they're coming from on a lot of that. They've been sold a bill of goods, but there's an area between that and the 90s, 2000s liberal that are
Are we still talking fucking politics?
yeah,
now?
everything
Jesus.
that I
He,
can't.
he
I can't
brought us
get
right
with.
back to it.
Did I?
We got
Was
out
that
of
me?
it.
Well, I just talked about it. You brought up Elon
No,
Musk.
I didn't
God
bring him,
damn
but
it.
you said Simone Biles, and she said
I
something
did say
political.
Simone
apparently.
Biles.
I want to throw something. I'm like, over.
Are we having a boring podcast? Is that
So
what you're saying?
get back to the center console guy. Go
Exactly,
out-
I
go
love that.
Blue Marlin
That's a
fishing.
great conversation.
All
That's
right.
great. I mean, that's what I do.
Can we
Just go
name
out
this
here
guy?
and put out some big lures and drive around.
No, make a trip of it, dude.
Yeah, go to the
This is
West
Dennis
End,
asking
Bimini,
for his
go to
own
wherever.
name. He just bought a boat.
go to Walkers.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
I'm the
Walkers
guy.
doesn't
His
have
name
the-
is Dennis.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
can't
go
do
to Grand,
Walker.
but
You go to Grand.
We'll
You
call
fish
him
Grand.
Elon.
But here's what I found is, especially in the center console scenario, and unfortunately it's pretty far away, but there are places in the Bahamas you can fish in the lee in really deep water and have a
Right.
very, very good chance of catching blue marlin and stuff.
Yeah.
Just got to get there.
Yeah,
Now, yeah,
getting
that's
there's tough.
the thing. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a guy that wants to take a Silver Airways flight to Marsh Harbor, and because you could just do that and you go to Abaco Beach Resort, talk to
Problem
Kevy,
with-
Tell him to buy a bigger
tell him
boat.
connected by water.
Talk
Sent
to
you.
Kevy.
You can go over there, Abaco Beach Resort. You can get on a charter. You can catch fish.
I mean, not a
you have
I mean,
great time,
that's a
right?
like
great time.
getting
Yeah.
there. It's 189 miles,
So,
roughly
yeah, 180
200,
there,
something
yeah.
like that.
And you're running
But-
on the bank, so it's not really
Yeah,
that bad
you're-
to get there. But
As long as you can get
Yeah.
on the bank, it's
Right.
slick
but here's the problem.
and from there, it's only 10 miles to fishing. You know,
Exactly, but the problem is you're fishing. You're relying on it
gotta be
being
good weather.
reasonable, and it's it's blowing east there a lot, and it's rough.
The
there
guy
a
I'm
lot.
talking about, he's got a great boat. He can do it. Like he's got the trips or the quads or whatever like that. But it's just his first time doing it. You know what I mean? That's
not hard.
That's
It's
the
a lot
Is this
easier
like
than
a
I
real
wanted.
guy that needs numbers? Is that what you're asking
There are no
for?
numbers. No, there
That's
are no
the easier
numbers.
way to
Just go-
say it
go
because this
drag
is
'em
like
around.
so
Give me your
this
numbers.
is the spot, and you're driving.
Right.
Yeah,
you're
you're-
just driving. You know,
6, 7, 8, 9 knots the whole time. If you're strictly lure fishing, you might be going faster than that. It
let's
does.
go
There is
lure
no
fishing.
spot.
It's
I hate
so-
lure fishing. It's
so
fucking
when
so
we
many
first
bites.
went over on the Merritt 4 or 5 years ago,
Mhm.
went over to fish the custom shootout. I'm like, all right, like, we had it all set up. We had the dredges, we had everything ready to go, and I personally have never really blue marlin fished like that. I've drug lures all over the ocean, caught plenty of blue marlins on the Helen S.
right.
Like at San Sal, I caught one 10 days in a row, just
Okay.
going out and
I
back.
mean, like traditional dragging, like you'd drag
Yeah,
for
just-
mahi or something like
Yeah,
back in
back
the day.
then I would go to
Yeah.
like Tom Hall was a friend of Frank Johnson's, so I
Okay.
would just go to Moldcraft. He goes, "This is just discard pile. Go through whatever you want." And I would put Frankenstein lures together. Colors didn't matter, but whatever you put in the water, like you get bit on, you know.
Yeah.
But so we get over there, and I'm like, "No, we're pulling the dredges, and we're doing the teasers, and we got the baits ready." Hey, we didn't catch jack shit. Last day of tournament, I'm like, screw this. I'm like, put the lures out, and we caught 2.
Ah,
Nice.
I was like, keep it simple, stupid sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
I like the bait fishing thing.
I like
it a lot.
so
That's-
now we're a little better at it, and now we got the sonar and the
You're
sonar.
bridling tunas and everything?
what's that?
You bridling tunas? And
No.
doing all
You're
No,
fishing
no.
ballyhoos and mackerels, and
that? Okay.
barracuda, whatever you got, you can throw in the water. They're gonna eat.
Right.
You get them
Yeah.
pissed off, they'll eat a banana peel. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's the thing, getting them pissed off. That tease bite is so cool.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So the first day we went to go do that, right? Actually, the first day we fished, we go out there and we got that corner. I think it's a breakfast candy. It thing's fucking like this big. It's huge, right?
Yep.
It's on the corner. We had just put the shit in the water, and all right, everything's out. Teasers are out. I spun my feet around and I kicked up in the chair. And I look back and I see this. I'm like, so we didn't have headsets there, and I'm going, big fish, big pitch, get the fucking big pitch, dude. so we get a mackerel and it goes in the water, and I don't know how big this fish was. The mackerel's out there going, it's floating on the surface. And this fucker comes up and his mouth is like this big, dude. I'm thinking, honestly, I've seen a few. It was like 450, 500. It was. I think it was a kill fish for the tournament for Skip's tournament, and it was so big that the weight it pushed the mackerel away from it. He was so pissed off. I think he got maybe because the water was. He came like from here to the wall away off the transom.
Really?
Missed it. Floated back like another 5 feet, and boom, piled on it, down the hatch, starts floating up, and starts spooling off. And I see the mackerel pop up on the surface. I'm like, what the hell, dude? He ate it like 3 or 4 times. Somehow he missed, never got down the hatch, right? So we have all ballyhoos out. So I'm watching this thing. I'm like, oh, God, he's gone, you know? And boom, he pops up behind the left long.
Get the shitty going away bite.
Oh, dude. And he's following it for like.
He's ready to eat.
No, at this point, you're in trouble at this point.
I'm Mark the whole time. I'm hitting on the machine, Mark. So the fish followed us for like 2 miles. And it's literally like his nose is like on the ballyhoo like this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he just goes, turns electric blue and goes, sucks the whole ballyhoo in. And it comes out of the rigger and goes, ding, pulled him off. And he popped up on the short. We missed the thing like 3 or 4 times. The thing was fucking huge, man. I was like, you talk about buck fever. I'm going, I'm like,
oh my God. How big was this fish?
Dude, I think 450-ish.
Okay.
It was a nice fish. Rapetsky, who has fished a lot, he fished with Lambert a lot. Like on real tight, he's caught hundreds of blue marlins. And he was like, that was a pretty nice one. You know, and he is cool, calm,
Mark,
collected, and he's like, you know, he's like got a little shaky shit going, and it was awesome, man. That fish followed us for like 2 miles.
Yep, I've seen that.
We
We were just there. And
you're one that got away there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was a nice.
A lot of them things get away, unfortunately. But we were just over Harbor Island there, and it was just me and Jason, and our wives were on the boat. Blue marlin fishing and center console spread. I only brought one dredge with me, one dredge boom, one Jim Lux dredge boom. They help us out a little bit. Keep mentioning them. They're great people. But anyway.
Yeah, get Brian to send me one of those sticks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The camera stick.
No, they have a new like that yacht stick thing I showed
you.
Okay, they have one of those things.
Yep. Telescoping gaffs, everything like that. Yeah, they make some great stuff, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, fish the one dredge, pair of bridge teasers or whatever, and my bridge teasers, I used to have electrics up there, and I always had release clips up there, so I'd hear them pop because there's no clicker on my electrics I had up there. Well, now I don't have power up there right now, and I haven't bought those batteries yet, so I don't have the clips. I rely on the clickers. And they're hand cranks. They're a pair of Tiagra 50s up there.
Okay.
Well, they brought 2 cases of beer with them, and I saw there were 3 buckets full of cans between Jason and the 2 ladies. So now the music, we're only fishing for like 3.5 hours, 4 hours, but it was vacation. They're going hard. I don't give a fuck, whatever. I just want to be there anyway. I want to see it.
Right, you're doing mushrooms anyway.
No, never on the boat. Never on the boat. So.
Sorry, did I put the key there?
All good.
Took him right out of it.
So I'm relying on
hearing a flashback.
Yeah, I'm relying on hearing the clicker when they get come on my bridge teasers. And but the music is blaring. They got it cranking like full on R&B, fucking rap, whatever. They're going hard. They're done dancing around, carrying on. And I'm hunting. I hunt especially without an omni. I'm hunting surfers. I'm trying to find something, and I turn around, and there he is. He's on first he shows up. I see him when I first see him on the left rigger bait, and he's doing the paddle thing there, and he crosses over and he gets behind, gives it a pretty good, blows it out of the rigger on the right rigger. Jason's got his hands on it, and it doesn't eat, and the fish comes back to surf. He's behind it, takes a pretty good bite at it again, and we end up Sancochoing him there, and it fades away and gone. So fuck. So make some loops back around in there. I don't know. 2 hours later, I get a second fish up. It just paddles with it and leaves. I need reeling all the shit, and I was fishing a pink squid chain and that whatever the fuck that Islander.
I know the name. I can't remember.
But I had a rubber mackerel behind it. I can still see the rubber mackerels back there behind it. Everything's fine. Whatever. Reeling it. Well, I don't know how long. I did notice. Fuck that. How did that left teaser get so far back there? When that motherfucker was back there yanking and pulling. It's so the leader above that in front of that thing is so smoked up the whole mackerel's shredded.
You're kidding me.
He'd been back there ripping and yanking. I don't know how long.
Oh my
fucking
God,
thing.
that's hilarious.
The music's so loud I never hear the clicker. Usually you'll hear. You know? Yeah, I hear nothing. And literally the fucking reel is that far behind my head. But I got an amazing sound system on my boat. That JLR. It was so loud I heard nothing. Nothing. He may have been back there yanking on that thing for 5 minutes because literally, but when it was all said and done, I'm looking at it, how the fuck did my left bridge teaser get so far back there?
I have rigged up on a piece of like 200-pound a clip that I pull my thing down and clip it in.
Exactly. I normally do that too, but
it pops out of there. And
that's normally what I do when I've got my electrics. But
oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh yeah. Oh well. So I got to see him lit up on
my dredge story is. So Curtis got this brand new dredge Mike put together for him. Like the long mackerel is all set up, like double tier, it's all set up.
We need to have Calabrese on the show.
We throw it in the Calabrese is a cool cat, dude. Yeah. He would love it.
I've talked to him a few times about coming on.
He's a wealth of information
around,
too, man.
out. He's always out.
He's done it all.
You got to pull it out of him to get him talking, but once he gets going, he'll be good.
Yeah, he's like the only thing I can't talk about is the Jordan stuff.
So we're driving around, we're doing our thing, right? And we had a couple of bites. We had a few dolphin bites, and we had one fish up that didn't eat. So we're driving along. I'm like, there he is on the surface, coming. I'm like, oh, fuck. Nope, that's not him. I'm like, shit, that's a mako.
Oh, no.
Fucking mako's on the surface, goes straight down, dredge gone. The whole thing gone. I'm watching the...
Curtis must have been heartbroken.
I'm watching the thing, and the rigger goes, ping. I think you might want to reel the dredge up. Fucking the swivel's off. The whole thing's gone. The whole dredge is gone. So I'm telling Calabrese this. So he goes, "You guys see anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, we got a few dolphin." Dude, a mako just stole Curtis's dredge that you just made for him. He goes, oh, "Okay, cool." They thought we were full of shit, right? 2 days later, the same exact thing happened to them in almost the same exact spot.
Oh, but damn. They got an angry mako. Wants to eat a dredge.
He was fishing with
I was saying it's probably the same fish.
It could have been. It was like 200 pound, 250. I don't know.
There's a lot of those things out there. That's a big ocean.
There's none makos are not as prevalent as many of them.
They're pretty prevalent.
You would think that there's like as many makos in the water as like a bull shark.
No, God, no.
No.
You two different fish. You're talking about comparing snappers to
But they're there. You're out there like you're blue water out there.
It's true.
They're pelagic fish. They're know bull sharks and inshore fish.
Dude, I'm telling you though.
I think he was fishing with Frankie,
dude.
And he's like, we thought you were full of shit.
Watch
him go right
I
in
love those fucking sharks though. Those makos are so beautiful.
Cool
makos are cool.
Yeah.
Yep. No, so a lot of what I do now, I have kind of Captain Chris up there on the Point Runners, who I've started doing a lot of this stuff with through Mike Lamb, out of the Outer Banks there in North Carolina. And he's an extraordinary talented fisherman, had a lot of tournament success and everything. And
who?
What's Chris Kubik?
Oh, Chris Kubik. Yeah.
Point Runner. On the Point Runner. Well, he's running private boats and stuff now. He's no longer doing that. But so he told me stories of scenarios where he actually had a white shark push a dredge out of the water from behind, push the whole thing. Yeah.
Really?
The sharks. And every dredge cam I've ever put behind in a dredge has shown multiple sharks come easing up into it. Dusky sharks they'll come check them out all the time. Never had one eat them. And we had one well over there last weekend. We had a shark come up in the thing for a second. And then also in San Sal, we had the white tips come up in them quite a few times.
I would not want to go in the water there. Those white tips are evil.
They're giant.
Dude, I mean, you guys get a chance to listen to the episode we did with Marlon's kid. I mean, with Rufus's kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some scary shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like
did he say what kind got him?
Caribbean
reef sharks.
Was it really?
Yeah.
How many?
Well, that bit him probably about 4 or 5.
Oh, he was in Cat Island?
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
I would not get in the water to do that.
Well, he didn't intend to get in the water. He fell in.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
And like in 2 seconds, boom, boom, boom,
he
started
fell
getting
on the
shredded.
Dock? Yeah. Is that what happened to him?
Yeah,
oh, shit.
started getting shredded.
Yeah, he's up there to white marlin up. He's back at it. He's back to work.
Slipped on the covering board. Yeah, no, he was the kid's right.
Wow, dude.
Kid's right.
He's
in
a
the head,
kid.
for sure. Yeah, but he had a really good attitude about the whole thing. You know.
Yeah, he didn't die. That's again, that's a scenario where you could look at that really
Right.
negatively, or you could look at it like, dude, I got some fucking brass balls. I just survived the full-on shark attack.
But did you die?
But did you die?
That a girl. There she is.
But did you die?
Dude, you got to take a look at like some of the like Rufus's face like during that podcast.
I watched
like
it.
when like Marlon's telling the story, he's like all
Rufus is
drunk,
good,
like
dude.
getting drunk on
How
rum
many
just so
bites
he
did
can
he
listen
have?
to the story. How many bites? So he got bit in the leg pretty bad and about half an inch from his femoral artery. Lucky as shit, because and especially being in the Bahamas at the time. And then he got bit like up here and on the back, like about near the neck and everything like that. But
Man.
They clip that femoral. I don't care where you are. You're dead.
yeah. No, I'm saying, but especially, you know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh, yeah.
and then you
Yeah, you can't get a tourniquet on it fast enough.
no, but you know,
So he was
listen,
outside by himself too. He had to go inside to get the captain and let him know what happened.
No shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
we went
bad.
all over the different scenarios of why he was the perfect person to get bit for survival
Wow.
reasons.
dude.
Because I mean, if it happens to like any of
So
us,
did they bite
I
and
don't
then
know
go-
if we're in the shape to get back on the boat as
I
quickly as he
assure
got
you,
on.
I'm getting out of the water.
Did they keep going or did they stop? No, I didn't see. Did they keep going or they stopped after they bit
He
him?
got he fell in,
It went
got grabbed,
multiple sharks.
went to pull himself back up, got grabbed, and yanked down again. And at that point, I'm getting the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
like right now. And
Yeah.
and he
Damn.
peeled himself out. It was a multiple, but again, it was just like a carcass hitting the water.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. And then he goes, wakes up the captain as the captain was sleeping, and he's blood all over the place, he's bleeding like shit, and everything like that. So
They have to
went in the
medevac him
emergency.
out?
They brought him to the Bahamian hospital at first. They got him secure, and then Rufus basically was there in like less than half a day with the cavalry to take him back to Palm Beach. So, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Wild shit.
Scary shit. You know what I mean? Think about, that's why I thought it was kind of cool bringing on father and son
Oh,
for that
hell
one,
yeah.
just to get the
But
perspective
there's
of
no
both
shark
sides.
problem.
Yeah, well, Rufus is on the has been with us since the very beginning on all that, on the forefront of
On
fighting that battle.
our shark text.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's been there from the very beginning. And, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just crazy shit. I don't know how the hell we got on talking about that, but that was a crazy story.
Crazy.
That was one of my favorite podcasts too, because I love having Rufus in general because
Great
he's
dude.
such a good friend. You know
Good
what I mean? And he's just he's good theater.
Yeah.
At the
he
same
takes
time,
great
yeah.
advantage of that Stewart fishery up there too. He's out there
For sure.
Every time I'm up there, I see him offshore in a
Yeah.
skiff.
That's
playing
one
with
where we should go fish with him there, at River Palm Cottage. Like he's got an open invite to go there. It's always a good time
This
fishing with
place
him.
is cool.
Yeah,
I'd want to fish inshore. I love inshore fishing
yeah,
out there.
and he's a good guy to go with on that for sure. I mean, it's Rufus. So
all the
If I'm
fishing.
choosing,
You're going offshore. I mean,
always.
but
every
of all the
time.
fishing that I do, I love like trout and redfish. It's my favorite. Like I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Damn it! I think we just missed an opportunity. She had a thought come in her head there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
all right,
Listen,
Carly,
I don't
please
say
contribute
much
to
when
the
you
show.
guys are here because you don't stop talking.
I don't. I'm
Number
a living
one,
mother.
and I'm
It's
just
a crazy
listening
thing.
to-
I'm
it's-
not in
and-
here. I don't say shit. Not never.
Skip must have said 3 times. Wait, I got another story. Hold on. Wait, when you're done. Wait, one more second.
fuck.
Wait. Oh, hold on 1 second. Wait, I got another one. But let me finish. Let you talking. So,
Love you, Carlene, over there
Love
busting
you
me
too.
balls.
What's
So,
your story?
all
No,
of it.
she said Skip had a
forgot.
story.
You forgot your story?
I don't know,
I think
so I'm
Skip
just-
spit out his stories. It was a dredge story and all
I
that.
got
I'm
it.
just fucking with you, man. No, see, look, you got to be able to take somebody's
So
opinion and not get
defensive.
offensive, right?
Am I being defensive?
Speaking of that straight hook, that happened to me last month. We were fishing with Elmer, and we were at that one spot at the corner. What the hell's the name of that river? What? Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Dennis is all like, "Hey, what do we
You know,
do? Where do
the
we go?
secret
Like,
river.
really? Just
I don't know. It doesn't seem
have
like a
him
big
charter
fucking
our
secret.
boat.
It'd be
There's
like the kids on
fucking
the internet. You blur
30
out the
boats
background,
there.
right?
There's like 30 boats at the mouth of that river, but okay, it's secret. But
What were you catching?
so we were snook fishing, and we're just
Like a
basically
dick.
Were you up north?
West Coast. Don't worry about
Chuck
it.
Lusky.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Dennis can never
I'm
keep
pretty
his
sure I know
mouth
what river you're
shut.
talking
Even
about.
talking about like before about what I did over the weekend. He's like, "Oh, it's so and so. Don't you know him?" I was like, "I just fucking said, don't say
I don't
his
know, man.
name." Love
Maybe
you.
I'm just gullible in that regard. It's just everyone shiny, happy people, whatever. But so anyway, caught a big fucking fish and he straightened my hook. That's how I lost him. Right?
Snook?
That's the
So
moral
you
of the
didn't catch
story.
him, then you had it. You got a good
Had him and
bite.
straightened my fucking hook like that. Yeah,
What kind of hook was it?
whatever hook the fucking Elmer had on the rod.
Because he's not telling you now because those are the secrets.
No, I'm not going to say anything.
Secret shit.
He just locked up. God damn,
You guys suck.
That's a pretty lure. I like the heavy it is, too.
I like how somehow it went from I'm getting my balls busted over here to it all got directed over to Dennis. So
Yeah.
Bunch of Nancy's.
Deflectors.
I like the waiting. That's
thing is-
nice.
Love you, buddy. It's gonna
That's
be
what she
okay.
said.
Oh, we got to do gentle parenting around here. I'm sorry. I forgot.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Here's the
I'll be
thing.
gentle. I'll put it that.
Like
That's
I said,
fine. You're good.
I listen to a ton of podcasts and dead air feels weird to me. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Dead air is weird. It's
weird.
absolutely. We just experienced it right now. It's freaking
And you,
awkwardness.
and you looked at me.
Well, it's because you're bitching about me talking too fucking much.
First off,
I'm
I
over here
don't say
feeling
enough,
it.
and then as soon as I do speak, I'm bitching. I love it. It's like, what would you like
Do
me
you
to
watch
do?
the was it Two Angry Bears or Two Bears One Cave or? I fucking love those guys, dude.
Bert Kreischer is fucking hilarious.
Is there any
bro.
other podcasts you guys want to promote while we're on the show?
Dude, they're
No, no.
comedians. They don't. Who
But
gives a fuck?
I
There's
lo-
room for everybody.
I love Kreischer. I think Segura is funnier.
He is, but you got to listen to the one Mom's House with Segura and his
Oh my
wife.
God!
It's
When-
his old lady's
is that
hilarious.
when he's talking about overdosing his mom on edibles?
Well, it's possible. They do
It is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my
What?
life.
they
Sounds
do
like
it once
my
or twice
kids.
a week. Thing.
Overdosing his mom on edibles?
Oh,
Like
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't. I'm not Spanish, so I can't do the Spanish accent. She's like, can I have a gummy?
Yep. That's it. It's your mom's house. Is
what
Segura
it's
and his
called?
wife? Yeah, your mom's. Like I said, way too many, way too many. But I love them. It's a good way to
It
Love
pass
you,
the time.
Dennis.
It does. It takes up the time.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
you too.
He hasn't looked at me since.
I'm good.
I'm stealing one of these, by the way.
What is
You
these?
can have it. It's fine.
My daughter folded clothes.
T-shirt folder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's all the shit we have in the studio that we're just trying to like
You got to promote the
find a home
sale.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sale. So the sale is not going to be this Saturday, which doesn't matter because this Saturday is going to be after this airs, right? Or before this airs. But it's going to be Saturday. What would be the date?
Are those all originals? Are those,
25th.
Those are prints.
those are prints.
The only original I have in the gallery would be that one right there, that marlin and tuna, and that snook, which isn't done yet. And that snook is...
Well, you better hurry up.
That snook is sold. And those tuna are kind of in progress because that's the one that Derek and I are still working on together. And we're going to auction those off for the Indian River Clam Restoration Project.
Cool.
Listen to this project, actually. You know Blair Wiggins?
Yeah.
So Blair is... We're working
What do you
on...
call him? Mogan guy or something?
Mogan.
Yeah, so we're working on this project with him. So he's working with Starbright and Project Sea Safe and Corey Redwine, right? And Corey is like in the water every single day, like up to her waist, whether she's like planting mangroves or dumping clams or getting areas prepped for planting or whatever like that. She's Starbright's conservation director, right? So that's her job, basically. So she's been working with Blair Wiggins on a 1 billion clam initiative.
Really?
So far, they have dumped 42 million clams in the Indian River, right? So, to the natural filters of the water, right? So, some of them they're doing by drone. Right? They're putting
They
by
drop
drone.
them by drone? That's cool.
Dropping them to the river by drone, right? So you can imagine that projects like that, although Starbright backs the project, still needs fundage. They still need
Oh,
to,
good. Thank you.
still need to pay for the materials and supplies and pay for Corey and Blair to go out there and do the work and everything like that, and the gas and the boats and the volunteers and their gas and stuff like that. And there's expenses tied to it. So that's why we chose that project as our beneficiary for the painting that Derek and I did at ICAST this year.
Very
And
cool.
we're continuing to work on. We got another day or two left before I think we're done with that one. And yeah, so it's going to go to auction. So hopefully it'll go for a good amount of money. And that snook painting, that's also going to get auctioned off when it's done.
That's a pretty one. I like that.
It is.
I
The
did
mullet is
that.
perfect.
Let me pull that out. Actually, we did that. I did that one at that mangrove planting event up there at Marker 24 in Merritt Island, and
So, I got a thought here,
yeah,
and I believe I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. A lot of people believe that the seagrass issue all through that area is due to the glyphosate, the Roundup spraying that the state's been doing and won't quit.
it is and it isn't. I mean, there's a lot of nitrates in the water. It's a lot of. I think really. For some of the research that we've done here on the show, when we brought in experts like the people that are involved with Everglades restoration and Mike Elfenbein and Travis Thompson and stuff like that. And a lot of the research also shows that it's from sewage runoff, and it's basically shit, human waste, and like a lot of that's a big problem too, which has always been to me the bigger issue for all this. Like we can point our fingers at whatever we want or whatever.
Yep. Well, here's the
rise
thing.
and lower, but people in sprawl.
Yeah.
And impervious surfaces and runoff and all that stuff that's creeping into the Everglades and stuff, to me has always been the bigger issue.
Yeah, but that's organic. You would think that the environment could figure out how to survive that. My issue here is you keep spraying an herbicide designed to kill plant life.
You're not wrong. You know what? That's a contributor
here's the
for
thing.
sure.
We have developed, and I'm not a big fan of GMOs. I'm not a fan of GMOs in any way, shape, or form. But we've developed plants that are impervious to Roundup. Let's develop a seagrass that's impervious to Roundup, a GMO seagrass. Get that shit going, because, dude, that alone will get that ecosystem rebuilt.
I can have that question answered for you.
I would love to. Yeah, please.
Because we've had who were those? John Miklos, right? In the Aquaticus, right? So
I listened to a podcast with him about a year ago with you guys. Yeah.
So that was it. So that's their specialty is seagrass.
Yep.
They get into other things too, but primarily seagrass is their bread and butter.
GMO seagrass and get that shit going.
They received a $5 million grant from DeSantis for the research that they do.
Good.
Yeah.
Dude,
so they know what they're doing.
The state is,
so if you want that question answered, John can absolutely answer that, and we could have a follow up on the show about that too, because that's a really good question.
Yeah,
but either way, it all comes back to water quality. Whether it's
all comes back to water.
Yeah.
Well,
of course it does. Of course it does.
It all.
But we're not
comes back to
fixing
water
that in the blink of an eye.
No.
But what we could fix is rebuild that ecosystem to some degree, at least create that habitat again. In having seagrass, we don't have seagrass anymore. And dude, in our lifetime, we've lost seagrass. In the last 15 years, we've lost seagrass.
Very bad in St. Lucie Inlet, St. Lucie River, and so especially
all of Miami, all those flats down there. Miami used to have seagrass.
That's a different biosphere for sure. But I'm saying
it's the Indian River Lagoon area.
Yeah,
no more seagrass.
Mosquito Lagoon.
I used to fish up there a lot, like the Jensen Beach area, and it was lush,
everywhere.
Thick grass.
The power plant,
yeah,
loaded. There's no seagrass anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys listen to the episodes, and so I mean, so some of the guys that we've brought in, we've had Captains for Clean Water on, we've had Mike Elfenbein and Diamond Bergeron on, we've with Max Fish Camp and Marshall Jones on, and all that. And what's that?
There's some issues there, but
there's some
issues on both those sides.
There's a lot of issues there. There's a lot of issues there, and what we've tried to do is have an open conversation with all those groups.
I love that.
And not take a side and allow these people to say their piece and on the show. And I think that by doing that, we're just bringing all the questions to the table, right?
Well,
we're bringing all the
side,
topics to the table.
They're allowed to have a side,
of course,
because of the country we live in.
100%.
Have an opinion.
I mean, there's also controversy. I mean, listen,
with the
for some of the things, there's some follow the money scenarios there, and there's some different things that are there. That listen, I don't have proof on any one thing at all. You know what I mean? But there's talk on the street, right, about this, that, and the other thing. So listen, at the end of the day, all we want to do as a platform is just basically provide a platform for people to have the discussion, to have the open conversation, and I think we've done a good job on bringing important people to the table, and we're not done by any stretch of the means. I mean, there are still other people and still other organizations. I mean, we were going to be bringing Betty Osceola on the show soon in one way, shape, or form. We're probably going to have to go out to her, and she's another. There's a lot of other things that are like tied to this. There's the whole Yes on 2, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of tied to this. There's the wilderness designation thing that they need to get shot down. That's tied to a lot of this, and it's all connected by water. Really, it's all connected. Right? It's all intertwined.
It's a
very the more we find out about it, and the more we investigate about it, the more we understand how tangled it really all very much is. Because it's not like a cut and dry scenario. Like, okay, cut out this neighborhood, take care of that neighborhood. Cut out this neighborhood, take care of that neighborhood. It's not like that, dude.
No.
It's like there's so much crossover in all these different areas in the Everglades the Eastern Everglades is different from the Western Everglades, but there's still crossover things, right?
And they're out here
and
begging
Lake
to get
O
water out of
Lake O in the Western Everglades. It's like, okay, well, they don't have the sheet flow out in the Western Everglades. All the sheet flow is mostly in the Eastern Everglades. But if you're going to go, Lake O is still tied to that, and there's still like diversions and still things that they want to go through land that's owned by privateers, by private-owned land. And it's like, well, you can't bring that through here just because we own this land. And then, so there's all different kinds of things. Do you want to designate Big Cypress as wilderness? Well, fuck that. That means that nobody can ever hunt and fish that land ever again. You're going to have to kick the Miccosukee off the land, and they steward the land as it is right now.
Yeah, no
you know what I mean?
None of that's good.
Right, so none of that good. But it's trying. People are trying to designate that as wilderness and take away basically our God-given rights to be able to hunt and fish and steward and take care of that land, or even roam that land, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they're basically that's not right.
Well, that's a problem.
We got to save it so we can use it, not just save it just to save it.
Exactly, and that's a big part of the problem. Is a lot of those types of people, their main goal is to get people off of it and no longer allow us to, one, take game off of it, and two, enjoy it. They just want it to exist and be there. But here's the thing: if you stop managing it altogether,
it'd be a shit show.
You're going to rely on the state to manage that?
No,
not happening. It's been much better in the hands of the Miccosukee and the Seminole tribes. I can tell you that right now.
Oh yeah. We talk about the shark issues. You do realize that human beings, in my opinion, are the apex predator, and as an apex predator, one, you want to make sure you don't abuse your prey species, but you're also in competition with other predators. And here we are reintroducing wolves and lions, mountain lions, and they're talking about reintroducing fucking cougars, or what the fuck is that? The one that fucking eats crocodiles and shit.
Yeah. Well, they've already hybrided some of these Florida panthers.
Oh, long ago.
Yeah.
That happened when we were kids, dude.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. They're so much bigger than they should be right now.
Somebody sent me a picture of a black panther on a golf course somewhere the other day.
Well, that's a genetic anomaly. A puma can be black. A Florida panther can be black, but it's a genetic anomaly. It probably was some strand of that. But the reintroducing grizzly bears and shit. What the fuck are you people doing? Those things are apex predators. It will compete with human beings. They will eat you. And they will also eat the things that you want to eat. Dear God. Now, the way that they got rid of some of them back in the day may have been a little brutal, but at least they did it and allowed humans to prosper.
Listen, we make no secret about it. This is one thing that we've always said since we've been recording this show, right? Is that the fishermen, the hunters, the outdoorsmen, right? The sportsmen have always been the best protectors of the land and the resource.
I think we are the best stewards of the land, 100%. The ocean, and the water, for sure.
You're not going to tell me that, like,
jaguars.
Someone that lives
fucking jaguars.
Someone that lives in the middle of a city is going to tell you how to manage the place like the Everglades.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Texas and New Mexico and all that. And they're talking about trying to figure out how to reintroduce them back.
Why though? It makes no fucking sense.
Because them are some murderous sons of bitches. They kill everything.
What?
Yeah, but then they start killing everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. They don't lose ever. Them are the bastards
who jump in the water and grab
crocodiles out. No, not in Florida. No, they're talking about in the West.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a non-starter.
Yeah, no way. No.
There's how many people in the state of Florida now? Like 23 million, something like that.
23, 25 million. It's big,
right?
Yeah, it's a big number.
Yeah, there's an entire country of Australia has 28 million people in it.
Oh yeah. Well, the jaguars don't live there either. They got no.
I'm just saying, it's like in our little state, relatively. If it's a decent sized state, but it's a peninsula. But it's like a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. This country's just too goddamn big. We don't stand a chance. It's all good shit.
There's coyotes like crazy around Laos Point, all through there.
There. Yeah, they ran them back to the golf course
too.
Yeah, they pushed them back to the golf course. They're not in my neighborhood anymore.
Did they kill them or
I think they did. I don't used to see piles of dog poo with lots of bones and stuff in it in the streets all over the place. And when they actually ran through my yard, a bunch, but then they disappeared.
Hopefully they whacked them.
I kind of liked them because they kill cats, and I hate cats.
The foxes. I used to see the foxes like crazy on the golf course.
Oh, yeah.
But they were natural.
Yeah, well,
they're supposed to be there.
Yeah, well, the foxes are going to get eaten too by those coyotes. Yeah. They don't give a fuck. Yep.
Conservation.
Yeah, he raised little chihuahuas and little dogs and any dog.
Yeah. So one of my
Right.
neighbors,
They'll drag them fuckers away.
Those monitor lizards are like that too.
Yep.
Remember a couple years ago in Fort Myers, they were saying that those monitor lizards were going like on a tear, like eating like little dogs all the time.
really, I
Yes.
hadn't heard about
It
that.
was like 2 years ago.
That's
It was like they
incredible.
were having a big problem. I guess they went and trapped them all, but
That's incredible.
yeah,
They should have trapped them with a gun.
I think that's
I mean,
what they
how
did.
the fuck did
Probably the way they
why
did.
are you
Yeah.
gonna- where are you going to let them go at?
Yeah.
the
no,
trash
that's not an
heap?
option. No, they're invasive. They definitely would have axed them off in a
Yeah,
humane manner, supposedly.
sure.
I love axing iguanas, dude. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Have you ever hunted them with an air gun?
Iguanas?
Yeah.
It sounds like what he does a
Fuck
lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I've
You
never
kidding
done
me?
that. I've never done that.
Oh my god, an air gun like a pellet gun?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we shoot the shit out of them, dude. We used to have them all over Joey's dock. They would shit on the dock, on the boat, dude. I fucking axed.
wore 'em out.
Oh my god, we wore them out, dude.
You could do some damage
My,
around
my new
house.
mate's a hunter, so I would come to work. He's like, "Yeah, I got 4 this morning." I'm like, "Nice, get them all gone."
My dog's a hunter. She keeps them off my dock and my neighbor's dock. She's got free roam.
Yeah, my lab keeps them out of our yard.
Yeah.
But now we got those freaking Cuban anoles.
Oh, with the yellow
Little
diamond on
diamond
the
head?
Yeah, they've been around for a long time.
They're
too.
pretty, but
They're bug eaters. I'm
she,
all right with
she
them.
chased them all over the yard though.
Yeah.
Every now she gets one.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very cool.
I don't know.
It's-
I don't mind them, but
What
The iguanas?
I mean,
I hate
I
them.
mean,
They're nasty creatures.
you get those
Shit
big
everywhere.
fat ones. You know what I mean? You get those big fat ones.
Yeah,
in
those
your
are the
yard,
best
and
ones to
that's-
shoot because
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! I almost had one run inside my house once, like huge one. Right? We had the front door open, which I can't remember what the hell we were doing, right? And it was behind my truck, and I didn't see it, right? And my neighbor was walking her dog. She's like, "Oh, Dennis, you might want to close your front door." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You might want to close your front door like that." And I come around my truck in the front like that, and sure enough, within like 3 feet of the
A
house,
big
it was
bastard
like
going in.
you just like waddling like right into my front door like that, and I ran and I just like slammed my door
Could
shut
smell your
just before that
celery.
freaking thing like went up my door, like he was about to go to my house. Hey, you imagine that thing probably saw one of my cats.
They're not.
They're
they're
vegetarian.
herbivores.
To some degree, they will
I don't
eat
give a
bugs.
shit.
But
I want that thing in my house. The thing was freaking huge. Imagine that thing gets in my living room
Yeah, they're nasty.
What am I to
gross
do?
creatures. Kill them all.
like that. I just don't want to deal with that. It's fucking horrible.
yeah, now I'm over here. I got a fucking one of them hooded or whatever chameleons in my house now, and a couple of turtles. My daughter has gone full crazy with
Really?
that shit. She's
I used
Does
to live
she
in a
take care of 'em?
treehouse, man. We had some shit, right? Like raccoons, squirrels coming in. You leave the doors open. They're smacking your buddies that are sleeping on the couch. I swear to Christ, true story.
Yeah, but that's
man.
natural. That's
all
supposed to
it's-
happen.
You're
They
living
live
in a
here.
treehouse. It's supposed to happen.
I got 3 cats and a dog. One of my cats
Not them weird ass
this past
weekend.
weekend
They don't live here.
freaking caught a bird and bring it in the house, and then like under like the master bed.
Brought you a present.
It brought you a present, right? And
Cat
of
you
course
do
the
realize
kids see this. Of
if
course
that
the
cat
kids see
was 50 pounds, he would kill you in your sleep and be happy to do it.
100%.
Fucking
100%.
cats! I don't understand people with these cats.
Dude, I wish I had a camera
They
for
go
yesterday.
crazy.
We got 2 inside cats and one we let go out and chase. Bean gets to go out and it goes straight for this fucking curly tail. And Catherine's watching it and it grabs it by its head and the lizard was turned around so his legs and arms were like this and the thing got it right by the head. And I'm like, can't find my camera. And it's like, no, don't do that, you know? And then the cat lets it go and he just starts licking his chops. And it's pretty
Dude,
good.
my
though.
Them
cats
curly
are-
tails are
Kid-
nasty.
My
too.
cats
Kids
are
need to
bringing
see
those
that.
fucking things in the house all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Curly tails?
Oh my god!
You know, that was
especially in the summer, dude. Like every week we got like a new fat one. We call them fat boys. So like they're running all through the house.
We
and,
feed
and then
ours.
you can't find them, and then they end up dying and stinking. And it's like, where the hell? I smell one. It's like, oh,
Oh,
the cat must.
jeez.
Yeah, so we gotta find it.
We feed ours. We have them outside. They'll come out. They'll all sit there and like raspberries and eggs and
the curly tails.
yeah, they're
They
pretty
eat
cool.
chunks of fish off my fillet.
Yeah,
tail.
If you, get a little,
come-
if you get a little gold hook and a cricket, you can catch them.
We could do that too. But yeah,
Whack them.
Brandon
fuckers.
had his quill.
Bam! Oh, got him. Whack. He's dead.
100 years ago, Brandon had his goggle eye rods leaning
Skip
against the
Dana,
fence,
curly tail slayer.
Yeah. And the quills were hanging on a couple of them. Like, he comes out there, and there's one of those Cuban knolls at the hanging, and it jumps up and grabs the goddamn goggle eye quill.
Oh, God.
we've done that shit to frigate birds when you're up there fishing or diving down, getting your
You've hooked a frigate before?
No,
We should
but
have a
we've
curly
done
tail-
them
We
with
should have a curly tail tournament. Let's get
with slingshot.
I've tried to shoot them.
Really?
They're pretty.
I want to make friends
Well,
with
I don't know whether
I've
they-
seen
they're
people.
agile.
I've
fast
seen
or
people
something.
actually
They're
take
agile.
the bird and knock it on the deck before. I was kind of a little fucking humane, but it was. Like,
I
all right.
love frigates. I want to make friends with one.
Or no, not frigates, gannet birds.
Oh,
I'm sorry, the
gannets,
gannets.
okay.
The gannets, the
Did
ones
you
that
feel
die.
Gannets are
back.
nasty
a
creatures.
pet frigate. Did you feel a
They
pet
got lice
frigate?
all over.
I want one so
You
bad.
freaking
That's-
you freaking walk into a room with that thing on your wrist.
With what?
Yeah,
No,
pet
dude, you
pet
couldn't hold a
frigate
frigate up like that. They're
a hawk.
giant. You'd have to. It'd be a leg on each shoulder.
Yeah, whatever.
They're so big.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
you
a
have his
fucking.
balls dragging on your head.
You'd be like a,
I don't give a fuck. A frigate
you'd
can
like
drag his balls
falconry.
on my head.
You'd
I
like
want 'em.
falconry.
Yeah.
You're frigate.
Oh, I want one so bad I can
That'd be
taste
badass,
it.
right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I want those eyes.
And then you could train him. You'd be like, go find fish, and then
Exactly.
they'll go like that point and then come
Yeah,
back.
hey, motherfucker, right here. And then you throw him a couple
Yeah.
sardines.
That's
or
your
goggles.
next drawing is art with this frigate. Go get him, boys.
Oh my god, that's
Go get
great.
'em.
Hold
As
on.
soon as I got
Dude,
time,
I'm
I'm
gonna write that in my
tattooing.
notes. That's
That would
fucking
be
awesome.
I'm tattooing one on my back
Hold
as
on,
soon
I
as
gotta
I get
write that in
time.
my notes.
As he's
He's
flying
gonna have
away,
a
it's
leg,
gotta.
on each, a leg on each shoulder and balls
gotta-
on his head. That would be fucking great.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Hold on.
see?
All right.
See?
Hold on. How am I gonna write this?
We brought it back around. The
Yeah.
podcast got better
Yeah.
now, right?
I think the birds keep them things tucked up in there. You can't see them.
Illustration of Art Sapp. Hold on.
Oh,
With some
dear
frigate
God.
balls on his head.
Art Sapp
But tell me, dude, how cool would that be to have a? People have pet birds.
with pet
Why
frigate.
can't I have a pet frigate?
One day, we were fishing, and I looked up, and there was a frigate bird on the masthead of Fish City.
Oh,
And I ran inside to get my phone. I was going to take a picture. I got a new radar, you know? Oh, he flew away.
no, that
Fucker.
bastard.
I say illustration of Art Sapp with pet frigate, balls on head. That's in my
Nice.
that's in my notes.
Oh dear God, I don't know if I need that. But
You need it.
I
We're gonna
definitely
make
need
stickers. All right, and T-shirts.
Hell yeah.
Go get him, boys.
Native Sun. We're gonna make Native Sun shirts of that.
I actually had some tattoo artists, and well, I guess they've developed some kind of black ink that's like the best black tattoo ink in the world or whatever. And they're right here in Pompano.
I know
Phenomenal
that.
group
Yeah,
of guys.
I know that.
Well, one of them is this Venezuelan dude, a salesman for him.
Okay.
He shows up on the boat. He's got the big fucking gagey earrings and
Yeah.
got underskin lumps and
No.
got all
Like
the
horns?
all the fucking weirdo shit, right?
Right.
Thinking, what in the fuck have I got coming on my boat right now? This guy was awesome, bro.
You fished with them?
He was on my boat fishing with me.
Okay.
He was phenomenal. I mean, as genuine and nice a guy and just a phenomenal human being. I'm like, the fuck? I'm over here judging this. I felt like a dick after that. I'm over here judging this guy walking up on my boat looking weird as fuck.
Yeah, you can't judge people.
No. Turns out to be, and I don't normally, but this
Yeah.
guy,
I have a
I
hard
can
time
see-
with
I
that.
can
I
see-
try not to, but
I can see sometimes some
me,
covers
it's
are
hard.
stronger than others.
yeah, bro, this guy was fucking awesome, dude. I struggle with, I don't hear real well, so I struggle with accents really bad. So I'm really intently having to watch this guy's mouth and listen to him and everything. I enjoyed conversation with him as much as I have anybody. Lumps, bumps, giant holes in his head. Phenomenal human being. So wake up call. But anyway,
all people.
I am going to them sooner than later and using that black ink and get me a warbird on my back. But I want it with the red, the big.
You got to have the throat.
Oh, yeah.
The
gizzard.
Yeah.
Let me draw it for you.
Whatever they call it.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, there you
Cool.
go. There we go. Yeah, hook a brother up.
Yeah. I'll get that done.
Like,
What do
Yeah.
they call it? What do they call
Yeah.
that gizzard thing? I don't know what they call
On the frigate?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Big
Call it
red
a
pouch.
gizzard.
What do they call that, Carlene?
Come on, Carlene.
She's already looking
Google
it
that
up.
shit.
She's
I
already
was
looking
looking
it
up
up.
frigate balls, but
gizzard.
it didn't work. So I was looking up genitalia.
So we're looking at frigate balls.
genitalia.
Not lying.
No lies.
I almost spit my drink out twice now in the last few minutes.
She's awesome.
Yes, she is. Wonderful human being.
She's over there looking
it's
up
a
frigate
gular
balls.
pouch. Gular pouches.
With a what?
Pouch?
It's a red color throat pouch.
What's it called?
The gular.
Gular?
Like Gular. Gular.
Gizzard.
G-U-L-A-R. Yeah, gular.
Well,
All
They
right.
inflate it to attract females during
bet
the
they
mating
do.
season.
It's kind of like their balls.
Right.
It's the
there you go.
gular
You
sac.
can, he can rest his fucking goulard pouch on my forehead. Then.
It
How's
could be
that?
his,
Like,
you could make it
putting that in my
go
notes.
from the gular
Gular
patch
patch.
to Art's red forehead. Like you can make it
Gular?
red. You can make it out of his forehead.
God. The wheels have come off this podcast completely.
No, it finally got
it's all
good. What are you
good.
talking about?
I love it.
Yeah.
A gular pouch.
Took one cocktail.
You've only had one this whole time?
Yep. Been
I'm
sipping
3
the whole
deep.
time.
Nick, just
I'm
when
buzzing
you
a little
edit the podcast, just start it at like the 45-minute mark. That's when we'll start the show.
Bart Goulart back on his forehead.
Started after Elon Musk.
Fuck that. Run it all. Uncut. Leave it all.
Oh man.
Everybody I talk to says they love like when shit gets sideways.
Yeah.
They're like, we just laugh so hard.
I could
They
tell
don't
you.
want to
I
hear
could tell
about
you.
fishing, man. They really don't.
This is
Bullshit. Bullshit. That's all anybody wants.
They do love
When
hearing
they-
about
No,
fishing.
Yeah, when
listen.
we're talking about that, what
Listen,
about?
listen,
That's all I get.
This whenever these guys come
Love you,
on,
Art.
it's always both. And that's what makes these guys the most popular
Listen,
episode that we have.
I'm
every
only
time.
here because they're here, Dennis. Sorry, I'm here to see you too.
Dude. Really?
It's been months. It's been like 2 months since I've been here.
It has been a while. Way
June?
too long. Way too long.
May.
Are you guys doing the full season this year?
We are. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I believe we are. I'm sure we are. I think we are. I hope we
So
are.
we're definitely locked in for all the Palm Beach stuff.
Yeah.
We're doing Dust 'em Off, Derby, Operation. Not sure about the Buck. And then after that, we're kind of like
Really?
we're
Challenge and all that stuff? And
we're not sure. We're going to do the Cove for sure.
Cove. Yeah.
And then
Cove's always fun.
the challenge is, I guess it depends how we do in the first one. We may go to Chubb and do a
Okay.
couple of those tournaments there.
There you go.
Maybe.
Well, Chubb's going to be private at that point, though.
But they're going to open up for tournaments.
Go
Are they?
team.
Okay. All right, very good.
The
All right, I'm in now. Like a halfie.
the
I was ginger ale,
Are you
whatever you
gonna do
got.
the Jimmy Johnson?
Yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely doing the Jimmy Johnson. And then we did the Viking tournament this year in Key West.
Dude, I want to go down
it-
for
it
that.
was-
I want to go. I already talked to.
It was
I already talked to Papa's Pilar. I'm going to go down with them for that next year.
by far
Yeah.
the most fun that I've had in a tournament in a long, long, long
Yeah.
time.
I heard.
It was like we were fishing, but not fishing a tournament, if that
Yeah.
makes any sense.
Yeah, Key West
we did
is
good.
phenomenal anyway. But
We came in, we placed. Like,
Yeah, you had a good
Yeah,
good daily on like
yeah, we
right.
second place daily. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember
yeah.
what it was. I mean, there's no money in it really.
Right.
But Danny got second place angler and top male.
But
Nice.
Pat's down there, right? Viking Pat, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
he's there.
The whole thing itself was phenomenal.
Right.
All the dinners and the parties, and they did a
Yeah.
bar crawl, and it was a great.
After
time.
after
that's
that,
Key West, dude.
I talked to
And you have a lay day every turn. I don't care if it's a 2-day tournament. You should have a lay day.
right.
Every tournament should have a lay day.
In Key West.
Key West for sure.
Yeah, but I don't want to lay day in Palm Beach. I want to fish every day in Palm Beach. Or
Didn't they do something at the distillery there too?
They had so on the bar crawl they did like a poker run bar crawl type thing
Right.
where you went to everything and got a card.
Mm-hmm.
But the distillery they had a drink special and it was pretty cool. The distillery is amazing.
The Papa's Pilar distillery is phenomenal.
I've never
place.
been there.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
I've been by it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
We're actually going to be heading down there soon. We don't know when yet, but now, especially now that we're doing outbound podcasts.
Is it before Labor Day?
I don't know when. Probably not. Probably not.
Okay.
But that's
you can pick the rundown.
I'm gonna be in Key Largo, so
the no, but we're gonna go and stay down there.
Thank you.
And probably knock out like 4 or 5 Key West podcasts and just kind of do it like that.
Bryce Bar.
Bring it on.
Right,
You want to come
right.
down for any of them? Let's do it.
If I'm not crushed, Bryce Bar is somebody you want to talk to down there
Yeah.
for sure. A phenomenal fisherman, charter fisherman down there, fishes with Bar South quite a bit, but he's also very, very involved. He was like running the charter association or something for a little bit down there. He'd be a great one. And then Rush
Rush is cool.
Rush Maltz is a neat guy to talk to as well down there. We'd definitely hook you up with them.
We're going to do another one with Chrissy Wahebe when we're down
you go.
there because she lives in Kojo.
Chrissy might do with Rush because Rush used to fish with Jose all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
Yeah.
He was just in the water guy a lot.
Yeah, when
back
he was
then.
really young too.
Yeah. That would be it. Dude, I
Yeah.
would really enjoy hearing that one.
Is Rush still
Chrissy and
involved
Rush.
with that?
So I think
TV show
that'd be
he's
a
doing
cool
or not?
trip
Yeah.
to
Is
go
he?
down there and do that. And, you know.
Yep. Yeah, what is his show called?
I was
Local Knowledge.
Local Knowledge, yeah.
he's doing.
I was watching the guy.
He's,
Well, I was hanging out with Rush and that's an easy, and Ollie too.
Yeah.
Like they're really
Yeah,
tight with
yep.
Derek and,
Yeah, Ollie's cool.
and
dude. I
Corey
like
and
Ollie.
everything. Like Derek and Ollie, they like for a long time. They really like.
but I would
Good
love,
friends.
really love, because Bryce stays pretty quiet. I would love to hear some of his thoughts on some of the insanity of the world, the fishing community world.
Right.
Yeah, because he actually is very involved. When I was on the council there, he'd show up for a lot of the meetings and everything. He was their voice
Right.
down there frequently. So
Yeah, we think our charter world is crazy. Down there, it's
yeah, and they go
off the
hard, dude.
charts, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they go hard too. Though they're
Shark.
a lot of tourists.
You think we got a shark problem? It's I don't know,
getting bad
it might
down
be
there,
worse
too.
down there.
In Key West?
Bad.
Worse than
Well,
Jupiter?
the issue. What makes it worse down there is they have had so many years of not having an issue,
Yes.
like we did, and they're kind of in the real. All of a sudden, it's a major issue here in the last 3 years for them.
Right.
They're 10 years behind us. Is all.
We were down there for was it New Year's? It might have been New Year. I can't remember what it was. No, it had to be like a spring break trip, and we went out and fished the towers, and it was so bad.
Yep.
We caught we hooked like a dozen cobias, got 3 to the boat.
Wow. Permits, major issue. Everything, snappers,
everything.
groupers, everything. Yeah, major issue. But and it's those guys spearing the wahoos. They're
And Goliaths are bad too,
oh yeah, yeah. That's a problem we don't have.
because
so
we're
much.
catching jacks and stuff, and you see these 4, 5, 6 come up and just eat them
Yep.
on the towers. You know.
Yep. Aye.
Key West. I do want to go down for that Viking tournament, though. You know,
Yeah, I would. It's an issue
I already
for me,
talked
but-
to.
It's an amazing.
Yeah, I already
amazing.
talked to Steve from Steve Groth from Pollard, and he's like, "Yeah, come down with us." You know, it's a looking
I'm
forward
telling
to
you,
it. Yeah.
it was a great event.
That's an April event, right?
Yes, it's actually the same time as Jamie's
Final sale.
final sale. Same day.
You guys gonna fish the Fish for Holly?
I'm talking about fishing with Bernard more for it. The problem is it's right around the same time as the Derby and all that stuff.
The first week of January.
Yeah, no.
Basically.
Yes, that's
That's
the
the
Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to work it out because I think they fish. Isn't the Fish for Holly like a Wednesday, like a one-day Wednesday event?
No, it's
No,
a,
it's
a
a week.
2-day.
It's a
They do
it's
something
a
down
2-day
there.
weekend.
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday.
They do something that's like a Wednesday. I'm gonna try to spend a lot more time down there with Bernard this year.
They do a it's like a ladies tournament on that Wednesday. Maybe it's
Is that what
is
it
it
is?
Alamrada ladies tournament or something
That
like that.
what
on
it is?
Fish
Wednesday?
for Holly does? No. I
No,
don't think so.
no. There's a pile
No,
of
it's-
events
it's-
right there at the same time.
it's
I mean,
I
a
think-
separate tournament.
Yeah, I
separate
think it's
event.
Oh, okay.
It might be Alamrada Fishing Club or something like that.
Something like
On
that.
that
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, well, especially we won that Derby last year. It's hard not to go back to that, and I love that event.
It's my favorite tournament,
Is it?
Which one?
the Derby by far.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep. I love it. I love the history. I love everything about
You
it.
guys,
But, dude, I
you
love
guys do
them
any
all.
stuff with the Stewart Sailfish Club?
No, most of that stuff's deadbait events, and,
Yeah.
and they've got some pretty stringent regulations to a lot of them that kind of keep a lot of the center consoles out too.
Okay. That's a very old traditional club. It's
Yeah.
like the oldest one there is, I think, right? Like in the country?
The
No,
Sailfish
the-
Club in Palm Beach might be
The Derby,
Actually,
the Derby's
the,
the
the
oldest.
Derby's the oldest tournament by far.
Yeah.
No,
That-
as far as the fishing clubs to go, I think that Stewart
West-
Sailfish Club,
could
I
be.
think, might be
I don't know.
one of the oldest.
It's either Stewart or West Palm, one of the two.
That West Palm's old.
But the Sailfish Club is a cool. We got an invite for that this year too.
Did you?
For what?
To fish their tournament,
The Palm
Gold-
Beach Sailfish Club or
the
the
Gold-
Stewart one?
Palm Beach Sailfish Club.
Yeah.
The Gold Cup, but we
Yeah.
can't do it because there's already something going on. So
Really? All right. I was talking to I don't know. I'm curious. I'm gonna do a little research on how old that club is, but it's been around since the 30s. It was incorporated in 1941, so
It's definitely not
been,
as old
been
as
around a long time.
as
the
because
the
they were
West
in
Palm
the
Club?
20s. That West Palm Club was in the 20s, I think.
Okay.
That's what was it? Because that was the 40s was World War II, and it was post World War I that they opened up. So right around that same time, very similar timing. But definitely they were open during World War II in the 40s.
I
It
mean,
had been open for 10 years. That tournament had been going on for 10 years.
Yep.
At that point, because it was either 12 and 13, 11 and 12, or
they
12
had
and
they had
13.
a gap in there somewhere.
Because they were rationing fuel and boats couldn't
right.
during World War II. So it's right there at the same time. It was late 20s, 30s. Trying to remember all the stories. Yeah, it's amazing. It's
I
such
love
cool
hearing
history.
all the history of like the old fishing clubs and the old lore of the back in the day. It's
That's a
it's very
kickoff party I try to never miss
Hemingway-esque.
because I love going to the club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you been to their club?
No, but I have not
What?
been there. No.
Dude.
No, that's one room that's always evaded me.
Yeah, you got to
That is
see that
that's
spot.
it's
Yeah.
not very big, but it is really cool and it's packed full of history too.
Yep. No doubt. No, and that's the thing, to have your name on the Silver Sailfish Derby,
Yes.
something that's been around that long, and you're talking about,
And
presidents.
You got it twice now, right?
Yeah.
I got once.
Yep. Dead presidents fished that thing, and
1914.
was
It's the Sailfish Club of Florida. It's called?
Sailfish Club is the one on Palm Beach Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's the Palm Beach Fishing Club is one that runs the Derby and Tommy Twyford. Dude,
Yeah.
something to talk
It's a
about.
trip.
Tom Twyford's son, Tommy, that motherfucker's he's on his game, dude. He did extremely well in that sailfish tournament during the summer.
Yep.
He won the IGFA light tackle last year. I mean, that's gonna
really?
be a name down the road that you're gonna see around a bunch. He's got skills.
Nice.
Yep. And what's interesting is
Can't find it.
he's breaking away and doing things separate from the pack and getting bites in places that none of the other boats in the tournaments that I've been around and watching him do it are doing it. He's finding his own way, which to me that's signs of talent and abilities, or he's able to hunt, he's able to see things and do things that the rest of the fleet isn't.
Well,
seeing him doing.
that's if we learned, anyone who's listening to this show with you guys. I mean, that's
I'm trying to
basically
think.
how
He was
you
running
guys
the
fish.
boat that
That's what makes you guys innovators.
good call. But
he was
then
running good call.
Yeah, he's
So
running good call. Yeah.
I watched them. It was Operation, maybe? They did well in Operation, right? Was it Operation or was
He's
it
been
the
on a
Derby?
roll, dude. He's doing well in all of it.
No, it was. I can't remember. Anyway, so I was fishing outside of them, and they were literally sitting on the sea buoy in Palm Beach.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That was Operation.
Yeah,
That was
and
Operation.
I watched him catch 3-4 fish in a row. I'm like, something's up. So whoop, I pulled in there, our big ass fucking condo, set up, single, double, and as I made my pat, he kind of like skirted out of there. You know, once I got in there, but
Yeah.
Really?
he was onto something there. Yep.
No, he's got some skills. There's no
Yeah,
doubt
for sure.
about it. No, and he's a good dude. I mean, his old man's about as good a
Yeah.
dude as there is, and his Apple didn't fall far on that one. So he's going to be fun to watch.
But in that one, like there was something that there was a big. It wasn't sardines. There was some kind of school of bait there that was hanging around the outside buoy there, and it had. I came back to it. Another tournament we were up there for. I zipped in there by the sea buoy, set up. We caught one right away. Actually, we came in there at the end of the day. We caught one literally 3:59. Curtis caught one on the flat line.
Yeah, that's something I've
You
noticed.
guys
He does
like
a lot of
that
shallower.
IGFA light tackle?
It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
It's gone. They're not doing it this year.
What?
And,
Yeah, what's his name left
He's working for.
Like tell me, Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Jack went to work for Marlin Magazine.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. Which
Oh,
is
so
and he
the
was the
Jack-
driver behind that.
It's unfortunate because, but
I
they
didn't realize that they cut that off.
They didn't get the people.
Yeah, I don't know that it's public knowledge yet, but I've got some
Well, it
friends
is
that
now.
are that are board members. It is now. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
Hey, I mean, Jack was the driving force behind it, and it's
Yeah.
gone. I mean, they only had
We'll
what,
have to
5 or
cut
6
that
boats
part
last
out of
year.
the show.
Year before last. Last year they had a bit more than that. They had 13 or 14 last
Okay.
year.
But it's still hard to do that event with 13 or 14
I'll get in
boats.
trouble.
You know?
No, it's fine. No, you leave that thing on there. It's all good.
All right. I'll talk to Adrian. Get
Yeah.
skinny on it. He'll tell me.
Yeah, great event. I love that event. I loved it's
We
changed
had
the
a
way
good
I do a
thing
lot of
going
things.
with that.
Yeah.
I mean, for the past 3 years.
It was really fun to fish that 12
Yeah,
pound.
yeah. It's changed the way I do a lot of things after having.
I did
fished
the
that
art
stuff.
for that tournament. Well, the last 5 years they had it, right? I mean,
I've only
4
fished
years. 4 years they had it. I did the art for that tournament twice.
We
fished it
fished it
twice
3
now.
years. We,
Surprised.
we missed one year, and then
Everyone was really happy with the way that tournament was going. I'm very surprised they're not going to
The
have it.
only hiccup I've got with they stepped up the lines and everything too. But the only hiccup I've
As
got
I
with
have
it,
my IGFA hat on.
yeah, there you go. Yeah. Great organization. But the issue is the timing's kind of bad, and that it takes a little more time to catch a fish on 12 pound, and we've lost a few of them in that
To
event.
sharks.
To sharks, and that's not so good. Yeah, we lost a couple last year to them.
we hit the yellowfin on that 12 pound.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Didn't last too long. But,
That was a great 20
but yeah,
seconds.
take that rod out of commission.
Yep.
How you doing?
The interesting thing though is with the IGFA thing, you only have to have 3 meters of
Yes.
whatever the IGFA line is. So we really changed some things around, and it's amazing how much heat you can put on 12 pound IGFA 12 pound,
Yes.
and it's all we were fishing was 20 feet of it just to make sure we stayed.
So
It was
my
under
guys,
regulation, yeah.
so even our practice days, I'm like, because going from a center console, we're going back 5-6 years now, but going from a center console to the big boat, you got when you're back on a fish, you got to pull a little harder.
Yeah.
It's different than driving forward on them. You got to pull them to you a little bit. So I make my guys watch videos of Sammy and Rob and those guys. I'm like, look at how hard those guys are pulling on those fish at the end to get them,
Yep.
the leader. So we'd catch the fish, and we'd let it go back out. I'm like, pulling that thing on that 12-pound. See if you can break it. And they would have to really, really, really pull to break that 12-pound.
Yep.
I'm like, we're fishing 20. That breaks it probably like close to 30.
Yeah.
I'm like, pulling that thing, dude.
Right.
Hawk 2 of that thing. I'm like, you're not gonna break that line, dude. I'm like, pull.
That's your next shirt, Dennis.
Oh
there
my
you go,
God.
man.
Oh,
You're
fuck.
gonna-
Pull on.
How
that
the
thing.
hell did that happen? Hawk Tua got up in this
I
joint.
got it in. I got Hawk 2 in.
Oh, fuck.
I think that deserves a bottle of rum.
But looking from up top, I'm like watching. I'm like, pull. I'm like, please pull. I'm like, a little extra thumb on there, like pull. You know, pinching on the foregrip. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you fish your whole life, you can tell. You can tell how hard you can pull
And win.
yeah.
A big part of his win. That's something I always talked about early on was you develop, especially on long fights, you develop a relationship with that fish, and you can feel through that line when he's fixing to ramp up, and at that point, back off a little bit. You not necessarily have to back off on the drag, but sometimes you do. But in the rest of the time, get after him, put some smoke to him, and develop that relationship. And
You tell when he's resting, he's tired.
Yeah,
You
put some
fucking
smoke to him.
Put the heels to him, dude.
Yep.
What you guys got coming up?
Say it, woman. Say it.
She's laughing over there.
What
Yeah,
you wanna
she's-
say?
I got Ocean Reef until Labor Day. I'll be doing a lot of dolphin fishing and yellowtailing, maybe some sword fishing, deep dropping.
I'm going back to
yellow
Stewart.
tailing in. You going back to Stewart?
Fuck yeah, dude. It's too fun up there. I've got a group that's staying up that way,
Nice.
and I got another guy that's willing to travel. So I said, fuck it, I'll bring everything up there. And
Travel for the fish.
hell yeah, dude, that fishery's so cool.
Can you
It's-
keep bait up there or just
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
can
Dude,
you? Okay.
it's on the east side and the north and east. You're good, and then in Scotland, those guys are keeping bait there just to the west of the river. So the water looks like shit, but on the east side it doesn't. The
As long as they
sailfish
live.
point all the way up through the bridge. The water looks fine,
Nice.
but yeah, that fishery's so cool up there.
All right. Well,
Giant jacks and shit. It's amazing.
1938.
Was
Sailfish Club.
For the Palm Beach, the West Palm,
Palm
Beach
Beach.
Sailfish Club.
So that
so
so
Sailfish
that's
Club is the
puts-
oldest one.
That puts the Stewart Sailfish Club just said the 30s. So, I don't know. It's big arbitrary. And then they incorporated in 1941.
gotcha.
So, technically, you're right.
Yeah.
By like 3 years.
Maybe.
But it was, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows for whatever for real. So,
But
Yeah,
great guys. I love those.
I was
the
hell
sail-
bent on
the-
finding that before the
The
episode
Sailfish
was over.
Club, if you've been there for like the derby dinners and stuff,
This is different. He's talking about Stewart Sailfish Club.
I know, but the Sailfish
Stewart-
Club was
in Palm Beach.
1913, right?
That's the yes,
Sailfish Club.
Yes, the Sailfish
They've
Club.
got these old
Yes, the
pictures
old
Palm
one.
Beach.
of
Okay.
people in like they went fishing in like suits and ties and shit. It's amazing.
Yeah, see.
Oh yeah, you see.
Not a milfish. See?
Like what's his name? What's the other guy? What's the chubby dude?
What?
I say chubby, but
Chubby Checker?
no, his
Laurel
name will
and
come to
Hardy?
me. He's a comedian now.
Jonathan Pignette?
Uh,
You go now.
No,
you know that
no,
one?
no, no,
you
no.
ate all the food.
Shit, his name will come to me.
You talking
Tyler,
about that
chubby
hangs-
guy.
hangs out with-
you talking about the fluffy guy?
Yeah, he talks about his his,
No, the Mexican
his,
guy's
He's like a Mexican guy.
He's like Down syndrome. It might have dinged me, you know.
Oh no, okay,
you know what I'm talking
yeah. Fuck, I'll pull it up right here.
He talks about how
Oh god.
like the U.S. was coolest when we were like, oh yeah, you know. And then we lost it. We're not cool anymore, you know.
Yeah, see, he's on the left log.
What the hell is his name?
He's on there with Tony Hinchcliffe all the time on his deal too.
Kill Tony.
Yeah, but you know, he looks like he's got Down syndrome. What the fuck's his name? And he's one of his greatest jokes ever.
Yeah,
Shane
Shane
Gillis. There you
Gillis,
go.
yes.
Thank you. Yep.
Oh my God, he's like, oh my uncle's guy.
Gillis.
You know what I'm talking
He's
about?
hilarious, dude. He's fucking hilarious. One of his best. One of
He's
my
like,
favorite
oh,
bits.
my uncle's got Down syndrome.
No, he's got
Look like he
his
has Down
family.
syndrome?
He does
He
to some
does.
degree. Yeah, to some degree, and he jokes about it all the time. Yeah, but no, it was one of his best jokes ever.
It dinged me.
is-
I dodged it.
he talks about one of his best bits. He talks about how you know,
saw it.
who
Yeah,
the
I
fuck
saw it.
come up with
Yeah.
Special Olympics or
Oh
whatever.
my God.
Nick Sauer, hey, let's race these fuckers. Whoa!
It's like, who's sitting to me? He's like, hey, you know what? I got an idea. Let's race these fuckers. He's like, Town Over says they got faster guys than us, you know?
We've obviously crossed the line on the Connected by
Dude,
Water
Shane
podcast.
Gillis, he is absolutely hysterical.
He's hilarious.
But he's got this whole, like, if you look at him, he kind of does look like he's kind of goofy looking, right?
This poor guy has been called Fluffy, Down syndrome.
No,
You know,
Fluffy-
he's
no,
always
Fluffy's
kind of
a
like-
Mexican comedian.
He's someone completely.
Pull up a
Okay.
picture
I know
of
what
Shane
he
Gillis.
looks. I know what he looks
Fluffy's a Mexican comedian, and he's hilarious.
But
he might be dead too.
One
though.
of his best stories is he goes, "Yeah, I was at a South Carolina tailgate party. We're partying, and like I'm hammered drunk here, and there was a gate. Yeah, him.
That's him.
Tell me he doesn't look like he's little.
You're not wrong.
But he says he's like I'm at this gate, and this was the handicap section. And I was standing here, and the handicap section was on the field. So I went, stepped over, and just stood there. He was hammered. So he's like, nobody said anything to him. He's like, you know. Oh, it's hysterical.
But he also does say, and I think he's right, that folks with Down syndrome might be the happiest people in the world.
So I'll go back a little bit. Not this past Saturday, but Saturday before, we had we had our Down syndrome trip on Fish
Right.
City.
Yep.
With Tony and
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what a day! Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Taking these kids fishing.
Charlie's really
And
awesome.
you got good weather?
Charlie's
It was
really
literally
great
so
with
tight. It
that.
was beautiful.
Good.
With everything he like involved with his kids and
Yes.
everything like that, and
It was
all the
awesome.
great work he does with the organizations
So
and everything
so
like that.
Coop,
So he
Cooper
does a really great
was
job with
awesome.
that.
So all these kids were fantastic, and the fishing. I mean, on that trip, Danco donated the rods.
Okay. Oh,
so,
nice.
So we had all these rods set up, like little spinning rods, so it's a lot easier for them to deal with. And so I had my daughter, Danny, Joey's son, and a couple, JT, my buddy Josh Hodges' son,
Mm-hmm.
his friend Nick. And so we had all these kids together. We rigged the rods, helped out, had a bunch of volunteers. Curtis came with us. It was a great day. And so the best story of the day is, so it's slick calm, right? And we're fishing a little tiny spot, and we're catching little yellowtails and lane snappers and grunts. But it's like, this is the rock we're fishing, right? And we drift over it, we go back to it. We go back. So I kept the motors on, right?
Uh-huh.
So we drifted past it. We're catching fish. Like, everybody's got a fish on. We're catching fish like crazy. And I'm like, I hear, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Boats in gear.
Who went up there?
Cooper grabbed the
Cooper's
throttle?
up there. He's on the wheel.
No.
Pushing the throttle. This is Charlie's son. He's like,
How do you do? How do you do?
I said, hey, whoa, we're not moving that, Coop. I pulled it back.
Yeah.
Charlie's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no big deal, dude. It's all good. You know?
It ain't like I'm jumping on a plane and knocking
He was right. He's like, no, we're going back. Let's go, dude. But his son Max fished with us both trips, and I think he caught himself. He caught 34 fish for the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Max
awesome.
did.
You promised him a shitload of fish.
X
We
on the
caught-
head?
I think for the day we caught for the morning we caught over 200 fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Afternoon was a little. So in the afternoon we had a little older crowd, and we went like little fish fishing at first, and then we went out and we caught some nice yellowtails and some vermilions, and not quite
Nice.
as many fish, but the quality was a little better. But great day.
That's awesome.
I think they call it DADS. DADS.
DADS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, we might
That's
have to
cool you
congratulate-
did that. That's awesome that you did that with them.
Yeah, we do it every year.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh shit! Jack
What?
Paul Huss won the day up there at the White Marlin Open the day on the release division.
Get out.
He got one
Yeah.
blue, right?
And no, I two for sure, maybe three.
Okay, good.
Nice.
I know he was
Jack.
tight with the third one when I.
Oh, good.
Good job. On that note,
sorry.
I think we're going
Fuck
to wrap
yeah!
it up.
Exclamation point! Excellent job, Jack! Exclamation
He's
point.
been on fire.
He did, too.
All right,
He's a fish head.
we're going to wind it down here.
Wind it down.
So, it is time.
Oh wait a minute! It's still recording everything you're saying. Tell it to stop. It's still
What?
recording me now.
All right.
Don't
So-
stop. Don't stop. Harder.
Carlene, thanks again.
Really?
You do
For
realize
showing
that
up,
doesn't
showing out.
work. That
We really. Yes, thanks
Okay.
again.
I can't hear over here. You know that, right? So you look over here. I can't see. I can't hear. I'm just in my own little corner.
You need
Okay, guys.
headphones.
Should be sitting at the table with you guys.
Okay.
You should do.
If you want
There's
to
a
sit, you
spot
can
right
sit on
there.
the table if you
You
want to sit at
guys
the
say
table.
that now at the final podcast. Fuck off. It's all right. Love you.
hindsight's 2020.
All right.
So good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Very sincere. of you. Thank you.
I wouldn't
So-
be here if I didn't love you guys.
I don't want
We
it
love
to
you
end.
too.
Apparently, I talk too much.
Goodbye, gallery.
Oh wait, let me get Dennis is gonna cry. Hold on, let me get this on
I'm
video.
not going to cry.
Cry.
I'm cry. I love when you cry.
Absolutely not.
She's like, cry, you little bitch.
I have to say this. I guess I probably said this in the beginning. I don't know, but I said this on Facebook earlier. But I am very happy as to where we're heading after this gallery and all the plans that we have and all the different things that we have going on. It's all great stuff. But I'm going to be a little upset and a little sad when I have to lock the doors here because we had some really good times. Right out of the gate too. Like right, we moved out here, we had that big ass barbecue.
Yep.
And everyone showed up, and we had like 1,000 people here. It was actually pretty overwhelming. It felt like a wedding, like for me, because it's like I didn't get to enjoy the day at all, like everyone else did. But I was like, because everyone was coming up and saying hi and everything. It was awesome. But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna miss having this place and being here on the beach and in the middle of the neighborhood and everything like that. So it's going to be kind of sad. So there's a little bit of a depressed factor to it all, but I know we're making the right business decision. But yeah, I mean, but I just want to personally thank you too, though, especially because, I mean, I almost don't want to do, like, even if we do another podcast, like after this one out of here, it's like, I almost don't want to because this is, to me, the right way to end it at the gallery with you two guys, because both of you guys have been part of this show since the very beginning. And, and obviously you're my favorite guests to have on, and you're everyone's favorite guests to listen to, and and it's always so much fun. And I don't, like I said, I don't write notes for this episode. Every time you guys come in, it's like super easy for me because I don't have to research anything or write any notes or come up with any topics because we just spit it out. So
Because Art talks.
yeah, because Art's a freaking talker. But no, seriously, like, from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you guys for everything that you have contributed to this show, and
It's been a pleasure for
and
sure.
just the studio in general. So you guys are a big part of the studio and a big part of the gallery and a big part of this place. So it wouldn't be nearly as cool around here without you guys. So thank you. So, appreciate it.
Always
So,
a pleasure.
yeah,
Thank you.
So your ego is not your amigo. Always do your best, and at the end of the day, just let God do the rest.
Or Andy Moore's lures.
Or Andy Moore. Yeah, right. Andy Moore's. I almost said. And don't ever forget that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we're all connected by water. See ya.